What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Going for Three podcast. Been a while, a year even, but we are back with a new episode. A little change in the casting, but we'll get into that in a second. As always, my name is Percy, also known as PTP. Coming back with me, we got the AOB, Advocator of Buckets, Chris Collins. How we doing?
What's going on, man? Doing straight, doing good. NBA season's over. So yeah.
Yeah, I must say a lot of crazy things happened during this playoff run, but also before we get into that, we got somebody new up here. You know, your mom's favorite rapper.
Yes, indeed.
The homeboy, a fellow, or the second Boston Celtics fan that we've had on the podcast.
Yes.
We got Smithy the boy. How we doing, man? First time on.
You know how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like a champion right now. Where's the champagne? I need some champagne.
There's too many of these Boston fans running around, I tell you.
Yeah. I'm on my high horse right now.
Hey, deservedly so. But since it has been a while since we've done a podcast, the whole entirety of the playoffs has completed. So we figured we'd kind of do like a full recap because you've heard opinions, but you haven't heard our opinions. So more or less just going through from the first round, I guess. Would include the plan, but I mean, most of the teams that were seeded prior made it in anyway. They just flipped spots. But see, the first round was Boston and Miami. Boston ended up taking that series 4-1. Because we start with Smithy for this one. Like for how you remember it, of course. Like any takeaways or any standout points from that series for you?
To be honest, if I look at the entire series in its whole, I do feel like it lacked what I was used to when it comes to us playing Miami, obviously because of no Jimmy. But right. I do feel like that series is when I knew that it was nobody beating us, to be completely honest. Just being I might say biased, but I'm just being honest. At that point, I knew it was up. Like it was no chance, like for anybody. And
crazy.
I do feel like it would have been completely different with Jimmy. And I maybe like as a fan of the sport, I wanted that, and I don't feel as satisfied with whooping on them like we did without Jimmy being there. But I feel like the overall outcome would have 100% been the same. They probably would have got maybe one more game, maybe, just maybe. But I felt like we showed our dominance in that series. I truly believe that.
Yeah, fair notes. Chris?
I mean, yeah, like you said, played the Heat. They were injured, short-handed, and to be quite frank, they weren't as good as they were last year. So, I kind of agree with them. Jimmy or no Jimmy, it didn't really matter. They couldn't exploit Boston's weakness, so it doesn't really matter. They're just relying on offense from Tyler Hero and Bam. We know Bam, he gonna give you them 11 points a game. We can't really. We gonna play great defense though, apparently. But we can't rely on that. So I'm not surprised at the outcome. It was nice for Boston though to get that dub, regardless if Jimmy was there or not. They're playing the Miami Heat, and to just beat them from what happened the year before was big for them. So yeah.
Yeah, but I can kind of agree with all of that. Very much needed based off of everything that happened with them last year. So and then with Jimmy being there, I remember he had a little outburst that Pat Riley got on him for, saying, if he was there, they would have been packing or whatever. That I said it's hearsay because you don't really know whether or not they've taken turns beating each other. No Diddy these past couple of seasons, so
crazy,
kind of crazy. But yeah, but I say he just was not, like I said, in full force. They weren't in full force. Or their main proprietor of points was not there. And the defensive leader was not there either. So you got Jaime Jaquez and Haywood Highsmith playing both minutes.
He was so impressive, bro.
Oh, Jaquez or Haywood?
He was so impressive.
Yeah.
So impressive, bro. Like, he definitely got a fan out of me. Like, he definitely like, yeah. He was shocking me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he didn't have no fear. Like, he didn't look like he looked as if he's been in the playoffs before. Like it was amazing. Like hats off to him for sure. Hats off to him for sure.
Yeah. So even I'd even say Jovic too. Like Jovic, as far as like his role is just being like a catch and shoot guy, even though he's like coming into the draft, he was like a 6'10" dribbler from Serbia.
Yeah,
he was putting on. Bro was just shooting that shit off rip. But yeah. All right, so let's see this next series. The one that I kind of had a lot of vested interest in. Cleveland and Orlando ended up going to, I believe, the full 7. Right? Yeah, full 7. Cleveland ended up pulling it out 4-3. Let's start with Chris for this one. Like any notes from the series?
I mean, Orlando was very impressive to me. I mean, they went the whole year kind of showing you what they were about as far as how they play. They have the ability to really lock up, you know, with those 2 big forwards in Paolo and Franz. And then they also, you know, they got good size as well in the front court with Wendell and the other Wagner. And they have good depth, even at guard. I mean, I know he came back late, but Markel being 6'5", 6'6"-ish, good size. Like, they're just, defensively, they're just really good. They can't shoot worth shit.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest reasons they're trying to look at Klay Thompson this free agency period. But, I mean, I think the future is really bright with them. I don't know if they'll capitalize on it. I got to see what they do going forward. But I do like their core. I think their core is those 2 forwards. I think it was a really good series for Paulo to just kind of learn what it's like in playoff basketball, learn what it means to be the number 1 guy on a team that's in the playoffs. I mean, he had some questionable moments, but that's just a part of the growing pains. That's what you want from him. But, I mean, bro is like 6'10", 6'11", athletic, 3-level scorer, got a little mix of Melo and Beasley all into one. I think he's more athletic than both of them.
Right.
Yeah, bro is going to be nice. As far as Cleveland, I mean, they won the series. I actually disappointed at how they won it. I thought they should have probably been able to do a little bit better than that. But I don't know. Their team chemistry is kind of ass, kind of yams. Their 2 best.
Yeah, it's all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, their 2 best players do not play well together. And I don't think it's because they just don't. I don't think it's because they don't like each other. I think they're incapable of playing well together. I think at this point we're year 2 in, right? Or 2 years.
Yeah, I think with them being a team, like that unit.
And it's just like, bro, when Donovan's on the court, Darius is just not effective. And, you know, when Donovan's not on the court, Darius it looks better. So, I mean, they'll probably look to see what they'll do with that situation. But I don't know. Impressed by Orlando, Cleveland, meh.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off that, very much so the same thing as far as kind of why I kind of was saying, like, I think Donovan is a free agent coming up, right?
He's under contract this year, I believe, but I mean, if he doesn't sign the extension, then he'll probably be on the table for getting traded. I don't know if he will, but yeah, I mean, you know how that goes with like not signing the extension.
Yeah, now they gotta find other loopholes. Yeah, I do feel like, honestly, like Donovan being in Cleveland isn't. If you're gonna have him and Garland's kind of like main like pros about him is his playmaking ability and, like, you know, his ability to navigate through screens and really be the sole ball handler. You can't have him and Donovan back there. Plus, they're just very undersized. You got 6'1" Donovan and you got 6'2" Darius. Like, you're undersized.
See, but so it's with Donovan Mitchell should 100% be an elite. It's just like,
I gotta say, like he used to be from his days in Utah. And I don't know if he just fell in love with his offense more, but it's like he doesn't put as much effort as he used to. So now
a 7-foot wingspan at like 6'2".
Yeah, with crazy vertical. Like, he should be all over the court, but it just doesn't happen. I feel like in a way, like Orlando, when they eventually went home, I kind of said this during the whole period of the series, the home team won almost the majority of every single like encounter outside of, I think, was it game 6 or game 7 that I think like the road team actually won a game.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know the home team lost at all.
Yeah, they might have, because I remember like the first 2 games Cleveland took them, and then like when they went to Orlando, the series flipped like on its head. Like Orlando went back home. put the foot on them, like just stomp them out 2 games back to back. Then like every game afterward, it kind of like became more back and forth. But Cleveland kind of had the experience factor. But yeah, Orlando just definitely needs more shooting. Suggs played his heart out though. Like defensively, he was all over the place. Hit a couple of threes.
He's the type of player you need on a championship team. Just the energy, lunch pail dude that can give you some offense, defense. Just kind of do whatever's needed. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I thought they need to clear out a lot of areas. Like kind of the same with like Cleveland. Like the 2 guard setup, I don't think it's working for them unless they like tweak some things. But Orlando literally has like 5 guards.
Yes,
and like
Suggs, Fultz,
Black,
Anthony. Yeah,
it's like they got a lot of, and I feel like if anything, Black has more upside than Cole Anthony does.
Cole Anthony's definitely the one, the odd man out in my opinion.
Yeah, because like Suggs is like he's tall enough, can defend, can shoot. Fultz, mid-range guy, can get to the cup,
size, and they're paying.
Yeah, like Black can do everything. So.
Suggs was my favorite player of that series. He was absolutely my favorite player of that series. But I was not a Suggs believer at all.
He's nice. Yeah.
But I just felt like coming into the league, it didn't translate at first. From what
it took a while.
I don't know if it was just
Villanova?
The league.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga? Okay.
Yeah, he was at that, he was known for the big shots. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was expecting that type of, you know what I'm saying, like off rip. And I think that's probably why I think my expectations for him were too high, I'm guessing. But that series, I felt like it wasn't even just it was his effort. He gave so much effort. I'm talking about loose balls. Like he gave so much effort in that series. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want the Celtics to have to play Orlando due to the fact of
how they played. Yeah.
They just so big
throughout the regular season. We just, for some reason, the Celtics cannot beat them during a regular season. Like I don't know what it is.
They match up with y'all. That's what it is. They match up with y'all. That's what it is.
That's what it is. You got
it. You got somebody. You put 6'10" on Tatum. Put 6'10", 6'7" on Brown. Then they got Wendell.
Yeah, the point guards eye to eye.
Yeah, they size wise, they just match up with all of y'all, and all of their guys are great defenders. They just can't score with y'all.
Yeah, that's I was nervous. I was nervous. That's probably the most nervous throughout the playoffs for the Celtics that I was.
Yeah, because the Magic was a team that I thought could have really pulled it out, honestly. And the fact that they took them to 7 was like very much a confidence booster for them going into the offseason. Because, like Chris said, all they need is shooting. You put shooting around those guys that are getting to the cup. Franz Wagner could probably work on a shot a little bit more. Because I ain't gonna lie, Michigan, one of his calling cards was him shooting that thing. Like he really didn't drive as much at Michigan until he got to the league. And it's like, okay, you realize he can dunk, he can lay the ball up, like mid-range guy, he can defend. But his shooting kind of took a step back with all the other things that he kind of like wanted to show off. So if he becomes a better shooter on top of Paolo getting better, maybe Jonathan Isaac getting a little bit more of his minutes back because they're kind of working him back into the rotation because when he plays, he's phenomenal defensively. So,
we'll get to the teams that could have beat the Celtics. You just avoided them.
There isn't any. That's the.
Let's be for real.
We're getting there. Trust me, believe me. We're going to get there. I have a lot to say, but we're going to get there.
I'm sure you should.
Yeah.
So much. I am ready. I'm not going to lie. I am ready.
Let's see the next one. We got Bucks and Indiana. Well, Milwaukee and Indiana. They win this in 6, I believe. I'll probably do the first this one because I'm not going to lie. A lot of people thought. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, because I think I remember telling Chris about this. I said I had the Pacers in 5 or in 6. Yeah, either 5 or 6. I had them in one of those. And it sounded crazy on paper, but I knew that Giannis wasn't playing for 1. And 2, Indiana's first round matchup wasn't as much of it wasn't as much as something where I thought they were out. They would have been more outmatched with Giannis, but at the same time during the season they beat the Bucks with and without Giannis. So it was a matchup where it was like it favored them a little bit more. But the way that
if Giannis was there, man, I don't see it.
Yeah, it could have shaped out differently, but I mean, also we got to think about it. Dame and Chris Middleton were on 11 the entire series.
But that's not why they couldn't stop anything. That was why they lost.
Yeah, like they
DPOY.
Yeah, but I said they couldn't hold water. But like Middleton, that was like the best he's looked offensively probably since their championship run.
No facts.
Dame unlocked himself again because he finally had to be the number one in Milwaukee. Bobby Portis, Bobby Portis is gonna be out there with his bug eyes, giving you buckets and stuff like that. But Indiana just, they showed just like kind of how it was with the Magic. They showed no fear with it being like their first series as a unit. Halliburton struggled like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna hold you. He struggled. And that's going to be a trend going as we continue talking about these series. But his passing was phenomenal. That's one thing we can't take away from him. His passing is phenomenal. He sees the court really well, and all the other guys stay engaged to where now Obi Toppin's giving you 20 randomly. You got TJ McConnell off the bench, Neesmith, Siakam, like it all worked out for them.
Neesmith.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Chris absolutely loves Halliburton. He's absolutely a Halliburton fan, if you did not know.
No, we're not going to lie here.
Yeah, I wasn't know about that because I remember hearing you're not a Halliburton guy.
I gotta be honest, I don't really know where this came from because I don't specifically remember talking about him a whole lot. He's cool, but I don't think I've said I hate him. I don't love him either. He's okay. He's not. He wasn't a superstar. He had a superstar subscription early on the season. It ran out.
The warranty ran out.
He stopped paying the bill.
He didn't renew that. He didn't renew
it. But else got anything for that?
Point guard Sean Marion, man, it means
man.
That shot it's hideous. But if it falls, it falls, man. I don't care how you shoot it. If it go in, man, hey, look. Hey, I can't knock it. Tatum shot ain't pretty to me. So I mean, if it falls, it falls. But man, I'm gonna be honest though. The X factor of that team throughout the playoffs, in my opinion, is Nembhard. I'm a fan
He's
of
nice.
Nembhard, bro.
Yeah. Another Bulldog, Gonzaga.
I just feel like he did not get the props he deserved, the credit he deserved on these runs. Like he really stepped up and hooped.
He might be better than Halliburton.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, seriously. Yeah,
when we get to that, you know what I'm saying, to the conference finals. But listen,
I mean, it reminds me of a De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton situation.
Yeah.
Again.
That's kind of crazy, though.
It's not hard.
I watched the games where Tyrese was out and Nembhard needed to be the guy, and he
was the guy.
He couldn't be. He was the guy.
He was the guy.
A hard-nosed perimeter team like New York, and he was getting buckets. And the Celtics, he was getting buckets.
Buckets. Listen to me.
He turned into Jordan.
Who is? What are we doing? Just watching him just give 30 effortlessly. Not just against us, against the Knicks. Hey.
Yeah. And it might just be the college nerd in me because I'm not going to lie. I had a really, long Gonzaga phase, from when Rui Hachimura was there. It was a lot of Gonzaga ball. So it's seeing, a lot of these guys, kind of come into their own, Rui for that short stint before he completely lost his mind. We're going to get into that eventually.
If you want to talk about somebody that loves a player.
Oh, wait. What school did Chet go to?
Bro,
Gonzaga.
Okay, now it's all coming together now. It's all coming together.
I told you I had a Gonzaga face.
Yeah, we see it. It's clear.
It starts to unravel itself. But yeah, so seeing Nembhard go crazy like that was perfect. It was needed.
Chet got to say you on Jersey. Hey,
shoot, Chet. Who else? Fucking, it's another nigga from Gonzaga.
European player. It don't matter who it is.
Drew Timmy.
Timmy.
I'll take a Drew Timmy jersey. Killian Tilly, I'll take one of them shits.
Oh my gosh. We got to do better.
We got to do better.
Where were we at, bro? Where were we at?
But really quickly before we get into the Knicks and Sixers,
I ain't got to talk on the Bucks and Pacers yet.
I gotta say Bucks, yeah, Bucks.
Listen, man. I know Adrian Griffin got fired.
Right.
He should have got fired sooner. And they should have never hired Doc. Do you know?
Doc was terrible.
At the beginning of the season, Adrian Griffin came out on TV publicly and said Malik Beasley is going to be our number one defender. He's going to guard the best player every night on defense. And when I tell you, it was career high for everybody going around. 30 points here on Malik Beasley's head.
Bro, career high.
For the people that don't know, I'm a LeBron guy. LeBron's on the Lakers, so I'm partially invested in the Lakers. We had Malik Beasley last year, and I can tell you, he is a non-defender.
Hot ass. Respectfully.
No, not respectfully. Hot ass on defense. Now maybe he has the ability, maybe he just doesn't try. I don't know, but he wasn't great. He can shoot the shit out the ball. That's what he can do. But to come out and say like he's going to guard the best guy every night, it's crazy.
It's very bold.
He doesn't even have crazy size, and you got him like a elite offensive threats, and I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? So then with that, like they never built the team to fix Dame or the Dame acquisition issue. Like, bro. And then Giannis is getting hurt. It was big. Next year is going to be a whole different story, and I believe. But they're one of the teams that gives them boys in greens real problems. But we'll see. Your boys can't handle size, elite size.
Yeah. About to Scoot, anything to add to that?
Wait, who is he referring to as my boys? He's not. Listen, I know he.
The Celtics don't do well with elite size. They haven't.
So here's my thing, though. History shows. Have we not seen that before?
Who?
The Bucks.
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Was Giannis not Giannis?
No, I get that, but I mean, if that's your point, like two teams that were completely different. What team was that?
I'm trying to think of what team has outsized us because I'm trying to figure out because I've heard this comment about us being small.
No. I didn't call you small. You can't handle elite size, meaning like if you try to stick Al Horford, especially at this age, and Porzingis to like guard like Giannis and or Brook Lopez, I don't think it would go well. It would go well probably with Embiid because Embiid's kind of an idiot. But like if he just figured out how to do shit properly, he'd give you guys problems too. And then obviously Jokic, like I saw him. I saw him put Porzingis in the basket. I ain't seen Jokic dunk since 1998.
So wait. You believe that we? I know. First of all, hold on. Maybe I heard that wrong. You don't think that we can stop Jokic, do you?
I don't think anybody can stop Jokic.
Okay, I'm just checking because it sounded like you were saying as if Porzingis was going to box Jokic, and I was going to have to, for the first time, go against my Celtics and be like,
no, I said Porzingis put him in the rim. Here's the thing: Porzingis is a worse defender than AD, and he's lighter than AD. So you said you have no chance. Jokic was probably going to give Porzingis probably 40 a night.
Yeah, but and I understand that. And I understand that half. The same thing with Giannis. Giannis is going to get his. But
that changes everything. So like the way that you guys are trying to, I don't want to stick on this one too long because you guys won a championship, so I'm not taking it away. It's more so just talking about that particular point. And I know we'll get to it, but without being able to guard, without having that elite size at that position that you guys really don't have the matchup for, there's no need to double anybody.
The big?
So there's nobody getting pulled in from defense. So we can just leave everybody 1-on-1 and then just let whoever we played score. Well, that's what happened. But like Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, like they're gonna cost doubles, and that changes everything. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, again, it's what everybody else on that court is going to do, and that's what it's been the whole playoffs.
No, absolutely. Listen. Y'all got the number one seed for a reason. Y'all worked hard to get it.
Thank you.
So it's not your problem that other teams can't be healthy and or ran into bad matchups because they didn't get their seeding right. That's
all I'm saying. Look, hey, I didn't think we was going to agree on that. So that's one argument that's out the. You know what I'm saying?
I won't take anything away from the Celtics. The audience doesn't know this, but me and you talked, and I said if they get it done, I will be quiet. And then I said if he gets it done, if a certain player gets it done in a certain way, I will completely be quiet about him.
In my
That didn't,
opinion, he did.
that didn't necessarily happen in the way I want it.
Okay.
But you heard what I said. I'm not gonna. We'll talk about it when it comes.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
it. It's in the finals.
we'll get to it. And we gonna get to it. What we got? What we got? Knicks and 76ers. Knicks ended up taking a series 4-2. Honestly, I don't have anything really to say about this because I feel like everybody like the main thing I'm taking away from this is like not even like gameplay related. Embiid's eye wouldn't close, and it kind of pissed me off.
Hats off to him though. Hats off to him for playing through that. I'm be honest.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's like cerebral palsy or something. Like respectfully, like not even like trying to joke on it, but it's like it just threw me off that like he would blink and like the other eye wouldn't close.
Yeah, he's battling a lot, and for him to be out there, to me, I mean, he got some respect. 100% got a lot of respect for me from even stepping out there. I get it, he's proud and he's much needed, but he's secure with the Sixers as long as he wants to be there. So he necessarily did not have to do anything. But the fact that he was out there and giving all that effort.
Yeah, but I say like bum knee cramps, all that stuff.
Yeah, he get my respect for that one. Wasn't enough, but he definitely get my respect.
I'm glad somebody respect him because I'm finna dive into him.
No, man. Oh. Yeah.
So they dive into him. Let's hear it.
Listen, man. Like Scooter said, bro, he does deserve a lot of credit for being out there when he was hurt. Especially when nobody really talked about this, especially when he had somebody cause his injury. It wasn't like the injury didn't happen randomly. Like somebody threw their body on his knee. I'm not gonna name any names.
Right.
Kuminga. But
boy, Frog splashed that motherfucker.
I gotta be honest, man. I'm of the mindset that I don't want to say the Sixers blew the series, but they had a very good shot to win the series, and I really think I don't know. I feel like they couldn't feel anything but disappointment when they came out of that series, especially how was it game one, how that ended, where they were like what 5 points?
Oh yeah, they were up by 5 and folded off the inbound.
Yeah, and it's just that's a coaching and player error, and then it's just I guess my second gripe with Embiid is more so like a stylistic gripe, just because there's two players in the league that are basically elite and close to 300 pounds. It's him and it's Jokic. And Embiid don't got to be the passer that Jokic is. Obviously, he's not. But everything else you can do. He's a better mid-range shooter than Jokic. Why can't you get your big ass down in that mid-range area every single time and shoot that? We see Jokic every time he catches the ball at the top of the free throw line. And if he catches it right there, it's barbecue chicken 100% of the time. At least it feels like, especially as a Lakers fan, because he busts us up. Anyway, why is Embiid taking threes and living outside the paint, especially if your knee is hurting? Just get down and establish a position and be better off. That's my gripe with him. Even if, I feel like even if he was hurt, I feel like he still could have been more effective from a stylistic decision that he went with as far as how he was playing.
Well, yeah, another thing about I like to pose this question since you kind of brought up the whole nearly 300 ineffective thing.
Yeah.
As far as Embiid is concerned, as far as them both being MVP winners as of the past couple seasons, do you think that Jokic kind of gets more respect as far as him as a center and his technicalities because he plays more within himself, whereas Embiid kind of he's kind of seen as how you said him being as big as he is and being able to dribble and put the ball on the floor and really get to the line efficiently. Do you think Embiid kind of gets caught up in all his abilities instead of really just using his size the way that he should?
I think that's a part of it, but I think the majority of it is just a lack of playoff success, man. I think that, for instance, if last year if they don't choke against the Celtics and get to the Western Conference Finals, I think they beat the Sixers, and then we have an Embiid and Jokic finals. And it doesn't matter if Jokic ended up winning; Embiid would have still made the finals at the year he won MVP. So we wouldn't even be having this conversation because he would have already led a team to the finals. It's the fact that he's either hurt or not playing well in the playoffs, or both. And it's been that way for multiple years. Now, other years you can talk about coaching and injuries. Same way this year, but it's just at a certain point, you just got to get it done. I know at times There was a year where Ben Simmons was hurt. There were years they had Brent Brown as a coach, who I didn't think did a great job with them. I mean, there were the meltdowns when him and Harden were there. Two separate years. Last year, kind of both of them. The year before that was mainly Harden that didn't kind of show up. So it's just like, I don't know. Like your reputation is your reputation until you change it. A deep playoff run will change everything about this.
Yeah.
Now maybe he has to kind of change the way he plays as far as playing out of himself to get there. But like, yeah, I don't know. What a conference finals or a finals appearance, and it will change everything.
Mm-hmm. Smithy, anything else? Any other thing to add to that?
No, man. I just, like I said, man. I can only give my credit to him, man, for even being out there, and that's a big deal for me, man. Like, that's a big deal because I know for a fact that there's a lot of players. I'm not gonna say any names. AD. Who refuses? He'll have a headache and not show up. Like,
so here's the thing. AD got heart. AD just soft. That's really what it is. Like
his body don't match his tenacity.
He's not sitting out games just because like he can. He's sitting out games because either like his body is just soft as far as like he gets injured quickly, especially like in the past, those soft tissue injuries, all that shit. It was just all over the place. He's not, like he got heart. He just he just kind of a little brittle. Actually, I'll take it back. He's not soft. He's brittle. Historically brittle. Not this year, but historically.
But do you think that AD would have played through an injury like Joel just did?
AD got on a court with a torn groin against the Suns, and we all saw it immediately. Like he can't. It's not in his best health to be out here. He still tried to play through it. So I think AD gets a bad rap for his mentality. The rap he gets for like getting injured a lot is fair, but like it's not a mental thing. Like he'll play through it if he can.
Okay, just making sure it ain't no biasness in here.
No, ain't no bias.
Just like kind of wrap up its totality. Just like make sure anybody that's a Knicks fan doesn't make it something we're just overlooking them.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, but I say like I just put in like my 2 cents at least. Brunson, definitely showed he could be a number one.
Yes.
The villain over boys definitely carried, like they did in the majority of this playoff run till it ended. DiVincenzo shot the peel off that thing. Isaiah Hardenstein earned his bag. Whoever pays him, hopefully it's a team that's in the Midwest. But we can talk about that another time. But that whole team, with them having no Julius Randle and eventually the later injury that they had, Mitchell Robinson not being there consistently the entire series or the entire playoff run entirely. The Knicks showed they're just one player away, and maybe that one player is just injured, currently. So
that's fair.
I feel like Julius did get better. I didn't like Julius for a while because I feel like he threw a lot of tantrums. Like he had that one season where like he wanted to fight everybody, including his teammates. Like when they tried to tell him to calm down about the whistles, like he was just a real loose cannon. He grew up a lot more, expanded his role a little more, realized that he's probably more effective off the ball than with the ball, to be honest. I get you wanted to, add the ball handling to your game, but I mean, you got Brunson back there. Like, Brunson gonna get you your shots, and the attention he draws is gonna make Julius Randle's job that much easier. So as long as they can keep that synergy, along with you got Anunoby, you got Deuce McBride, who came in and kind of made his name a little bit louder by him shooting the ball as efficiently as he did, because he was not a shooter coming out of West Virginia. But just all those guys got to grow together.
It's crazy you say that because I think he should be gone.
You don't like Deuce?
No, not Deuce. Julius.
Oh,
but I like Julius. I just don't think it's a fit on this team. I think they should probably try to get somebody different from Julius personally. I think like there are nights where Julius can look like a number one, but he goes into every game like he's that guy.
Yeah, but like he puts the world on his shoulders when he doesn't have to, and like especially power forward, that can't be your mentality. There's a power forward can get the job done. But if you put the whole enchilada on your plate and your fork ain't big enough, I mean, you gonna have a stomach ache. Like that's really all it is. Like,
I feel like Julius could be a great Celtic if we. Oh my God.
Going to the green.
I feel like we could move Tatum to the 3.
And he was talking really nice about y'all when they brought him up there for the panel.
Come off the bench. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you want to win, you know what I mean? But
Y'all are not to the point where people
let me
start
get
taking. You have no money to pay anybody.
huh?
You have no money to pay anybody.
We're about to extend our top guy right now.
That's what I'm saying. You're not you fuck around, not even have your mid level. Like you're paying. You're gonna be so far over the cap. It's crazy.
And
That's
we get
fine.
it though. As long as we win, I'm fine.
Exactly. But like you're not gonna have no money to pay nobody at all. Not even mid level exceptions.
We gonna see. You know, we might make some moves. We got Brad up there, he's a genius.
Hey.
But
I'm about to Jalen Brunson.
let me just to speak on the Knicks. To speak on the Knicks though.
Right.
I'm loving this Villanova thing they got going on, man. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I think their connection is what make them that much better.
Oh, for sure. Really quickly though, just to kind of chime in on that, do you guys think that they add the 4th one eventually?
Mikal, I hope so.
I feel like it's almost a foregone conclusion. Like once the Brooklyn Nets realize that, like, hey, Mikal like pushing 30, and he doesn't fit your timeline. He's like 27, I think. 26, 27.
Yeah, come on.
He is 21, if we're being honest. Him and John Johnson, to be honest. Like, they're both pushing 30.
Pushing 30? 26.
See, but Tatum a dog, though.
Let's ease up on this pushing 30 thing when I'm with the guys you named.
He's in his prime. He's got at least he got 3 seasons before he turns 30.
Yeah, I said, like, I'll say it is prime, but I'm saying as far as like when you look at the Brooklyn Nets team, right? The guys, like I said, like Cam Thomas,
They don't know who they want to build around.
Yeah, like Cam Thomas, like I don't think they're bringing back Claxton, or they might not bring back Claxton. Like they're very much an older team that I feel needs to reset, and I feel like the quicker you get rid of the guys that can be more useful to other teams, like a Mikal, like a Cam, even DFS for that matter, the quicker they can get back to kind of like not completely, but like kind of like so much like that D'Lo Spencer Dinwiddie timeline where it was like they were fun, like the whole team, like even though they barely playing defense. They were fun to watch because they were scoring and they just all enjoyed playing together. I feel like they need to get back to that just with a full reset instead of trying to be like, oh, we can compete with Mikal and Cam, but that's like, no, who's getting them the ball because Cam don't pass. That's why he keeps getting benched. They don't have a center. Their power forward position is kind of like, not really solidified. You have bench players that can, like, you got good vets that can back up a guy.
Claxton is the center?
I mean, Claxton's good, but it's like,
who's the center?
But it's Claxton though.
Claxton is a good player.
Yeah, but it's like I gotta put this right. Like if Claxton, this is random, but if Claxton was in Dallas, I'd love Claxton. I feel like he fits Dallas more than he fits Brooklyn. They don't throw him lobs. They don't set him up for anything. I mean, he defends the rim really well, but I don't think they set him up the way that he should be.
Point guard.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't have a point guard, so I'm like, they can't set him up the way that he has to be set up.
But that you don't just let players go just because you can't maximize them. You put them in better situations to succeed. And Claxton is still relatively young. I don't know. I don't think it makes sense for them to let him walk. I mean, they got to have somebody on their team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, like for me, it's like it depends on depends on how they draft. Like, to be honest, I mean, like draft wise, I mean, their biggest positions might be depending on if they let Claxton walk. You gotta have to replace that.
Why would they? They're not paying anybody.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. But I mean, it's Brooklyn. Like, we gotta be honest. Like, I mean, Brooklyn gave Boston their whole core for KG and Paul Pierce. Like
a decade ago,
and they're haunted from it to this day.
I get that, but that's not even like I don't even know if that's the same management. I don't even know if the Russian dude is still the owner. I feel like I don't even know.
Yeah, it might not still be the Russian guy, but I mean, honestly, I mean, I go out like once you see all your picks hoisting a trophy at the end of the year, I mean, it kind of gets you PTSD.
They don't, bro. It's been so damn long. They don't even know them as they picks.
No, they know. They know. But let's see. Let's jump to the West, like the Western first rounds. Get through that. We got the Thunder and the Pelicans. OKC with that big, with that sweep. Start with Smithy for this one. What's your takeaways from this series?
It's hard, man, because I already do. You just know the outcome already,
Oh, for sure.
kind of. But no, I really don't have too much. It was expected. It was expected. Like I personally seen this coming, but they shocked me though. Like it's shocking because I wasn't hip to them throughout the year.
For the Thunder.
Oh, the Thunder.
Wasn't really like I've heard about it and I've heard the SGA, and I tapped into a few games, but I felt like the games that I saw it didn't show me much. But I usually that's usually the vibe that sometimes I hear the rumbles of a player of obviously depending on the team, like obviously because we knew what the Thunder were last year and in previous years since the departure of KD and Russ,
right?
And then obviously the only person that's bringing anything Thunder related to my radar will be PTP because this Chet thing he got going on. But outside of that, I never seeing SGA play, man, like that.
Yeah, you were asleep. You were asleep.
Man, I was sleeping.
He's a dog.
He's one of those he can get a bucket when he feel like it.
Like it's real effortless watching him score. Like you can watch him dribble around, pull.
Man, and I don't know what it is, but that man, I don't know if it's the Kim Kardashian draws or what, but that boy is.
What's the thing called? The skims?
Some skims is doing that's what's going down. But not just him, the unit in general. Like that's a special unit. Them young guys, and you can tell they're really together through it all. And that's exactly why they were the number one team. They literally embraced being a team. There was everybody know who the guy was, but they really all embraced each other as on the equal level. So I felt like that's why they were able to dominate the way they were, because when you got a team when you got players that are willing to play their role and not do the most and work as a team like that, you're gonna have so much success. And I feel like letting SGA obviously be SGA, and let me tell you right now, dog, that dude's a dog. He's a dog. Chet put up them little silent numbers. Like it be like silent, but when you go look it up after, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, he did his thing. So PTP, you was right about Chet, man. But
yeah, because I want to put this out because, like I said, it's been a minute since we recorded. I remember one of the last few draft related things we did. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the moments where I can basically say, I was an advocate of buckets, if you will. But I said to myself, to me, Chet's still the best player from that class until further notice. I'll be completely honest with you, because honestly, I put it like this. Honestly, Paolo is the guy for his team. I'm not taking that away from him. But, well, yeah, got him to the playoffs. But
can't even score consistently.
Because Chet is playing with a Canadian superhuman. Like, he doesn't have to. He's playing with him and Jalen Williams. Like, he's playing with guys that really can.
Who's the second guy on the team?
To be honest, Jalen Williams is probably number 2 currently.
Could be, but that's what I'm saying. You said to be honest, so it's not solidified. Like Chet could.
Yeah, but I said that's what I'm saying. Like, to be honest, it goes back and forth because Chet can get you 30. It's like Chet is inconsistent right now. Chet 30,
on a blue moon. Chet, bro, listen. Chet doesn't. First off, somebody needs to let Chet know he's 7'2", because he sure don't play like it. He plays like he's a 6'5" wing, and that's fine. He's got the skills, but bro, like this ain't. Chet is a good player right now for a good team or a great team right now, but he's not on Paulo's level, bro. We're talking about a guy that's an all-star. I can't just poo-poo what Paulo did and assume that Chet did it because he hasn't done it. It's kind of the same thing. Like Paulo has done it, so he gets to be better. I'm sorry. He's rookie of the year last year, all-star this year. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about? 23, 7, and 5.
Yeah, I respect it, but I mean, like Smithy said, when you look at when you look at the games, right? It don't look like Chet really doing much, but Chet's doing a lot. So it's like it's
not like he's just some like 10-minute per night guy. Like a lot of times,
it's not like he's in short minutes, but it's like more or less like I feel like if anything, as far as like him as a pro, which even I kind of thought about it, he wasn't gonna be the volume scorer that he was in college, because in college he was the main guy. Like he was the
How does he get to be better than the guy who was the leading scorer?
because I put this because I put this, the role that Powell's been given, he's embraced it and he succeeded in the role as far as being the Magic centerpiece.
Which one is more important?
I'm gonna get to that. For the Thunder, right? For the Thunder, right? And Suzy, if I'm wrong, you can tell me if I'm wrong. With SGA being the main guy, you got J-Dub, that bursted on the scene as like a number 2 potentially for any given team, specifically the Thunder. Chet isn't being asked to be scoring 20 right next to SGA. Chet's asked to
the third leading scorer on this team. He's only the difference between him and Jalen Williams' points is like 2 points, bro. Like you're acting like Chet's out here asked to score like 8 points and just block some shots. No, like he has a prominent role in this team. They run action for him all the time, quite a lot actually. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That's why like when you got to the Thunder, like everybody knew that it wasn't going to be a situation like Paolo's where it was like you're giving the team to Chet. Chet's going to have a prominent role, but mainly they're asking him to block shots and space the floor.
I understand that, but guess what? Chet doesn't just get to be better because he's asked to be a lesser role on a better team. Paolo is the number 1 guy on a successful team. They made the playoffs. He was the rookie of the year last year. At every metric, that makes him better. I don't know. I know you like Chet, but come on, we got to be serious.
No. I like Paolo as well. I'm saying, like, based off the roles that they're given, I have to evaluate it off the roles that they were given. If Chet was given the same role as Paolo, it'd be a completely different story.
We cannot do that. We can't say if, ands, and buts. We got to go by what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, based off these roles.
Scooter didn't like me saying if they would have ran into the Bucks or ran into the Nuggets, blah blah blah, because it didn't happen. We can only go by the facts. Ain't that right, Scooter? The facts is the Celtics won the championship, right?
That's the facts. And he ain't lying about that.
You see that I did there, PTP? But I'm being serious. Like I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I think Chet wouldn't be successful in the number 1 role, but I can't just assume. Like Paulo's done it. It's kind of the same argument where I'm gonna get on a side tangent. It's kind of the side argument between like Klay Thompson, Reggie Miller, and Ray Allen. When people try to say like Klay's like better than them, Klay hasn't done it as a number 1 guy. Like he hasn't. He's only been the second best player on the championship team once.
Right.
All the other times he was not the second best player. So it's just like I can't just assume that he could do it when the other guys actually did it. Paulo's actually doing it. So I can't just say Chet's better based on what? Paulo's a better scorer or Chet's a better shot blocker. At this point, Paulo's a better scorer at every point, 3 levels, inside, mid, and from the 3. Takes more, so the percentages are a little bit down. But like, and Paulo's no slouch on defense either, because he's way more built than Chet. Like, he's not getting like you're not going through Paulo at all.
Yeah,
like, you can go through Chet at this point. So like, if the only difference is the shot blocking and just like him flourishing in a limited role, or the third role, which I mean, you can go down any playoff team or contending team. The third guy is pretty damn important. Determines games even a lot. Like what happens if the Celtics don't have Drew Holiday or Derek White, one of them guys?
Yeah, I see your point. But the reason, like, I'm gonna just wrap this up into, huh?
I was saying we've seen it without those pieces.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah. I'm about to say, like, just to kind of like at least like wrap this part up a little bit. I'm just gonna put this from my perspective. I'm not like, when I say better, obviously I don't mean like as far as like obviously like the stats say a lot of things, but I'll pose you guys this question and then I'm gonna just leave it there. Paolo so far this year was the second season, right?
They're the same year, so
I'm talking about like because Chet didn't play his rookie year because of the foot injury. So Paolo, this is basically Paolo's second full year of hooping, right?
Yes, not basically. Yes, it is.
Yeah, second year of hooping. Now, first year, Magic was they showed some flashes, wasn't clicking though. So Chet in his first, I guess you could say, instance of being kind of thrown onto the court, the Thunder have a pretty successful year with him just being with him just playing his role, in fulfilling the role as far as, the fact that...
What are you implying, sir?
I'm saying...
I want you to say what you're implying.
Okay,
I'm going to.
Okay, I'll flat out say it, because honestly, this is exactly how I feel about it. I've had this kind of thought ever since I've seen the draft the number one seed, to be honest. I feel like Chet as a player is more conducive to winning than Paolo at this current moment in time.
That's so unfair to say for a couple of reasons. One, because like when you're looking at what players do on the court, it's almost like in this argument, there's nothing that Paolo can do to like get ahead in this argument just because you feel that Chet is more conducive to winning.
Don't think Paolo could do the,
I mean, the MVP candidate is on the team. You got a guy averaging 30.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like we've seen. I mean, last year he was knocking on the door, and nothing happened. So I mean, it's like that's
the reason why you guys went from 10 to 1.
I mean, if we keep it at a bean, I'm keeping it in a bean. It's not even like a Paulo slandering type of thing. Like I'm just being.
I want you to
being honest.
I want you to be on tape by saying that. I want you to say yes.
I got this right. I got this. The same way you were with the Boston Celtics, right? The day the Magic, I'll even say conference finals. When the day that happens,
they don't have to do that because you didn't make it. Y'all made it. The Thunder made it to the second round, and Chet did not play well. So like,
I'm saying I'm giving you that. But I'm saying as far as like it's like for me, I guess for me personally, to kind of flip my narrative, like I talk about this, the Magic will have to just make it farther than the Thunder within the next 3 years. So right now, the Thunder are one up.
So unfair because
they're one up right now.
Paulo's the best player on his team, and you get to play with SGA. It's not an equal playing field at all.
But like you said though, the third player is just as important as the number one. So will Paulo being number one and Chet being number 3 doesn't change.
Who's the third player? I know who it is. Who is it?
I'd probably say Suggs. I feel like
get it done, my boy.
Because I feel like it's Paulo, Franz, then Suggs. But I mean, shoot, I feel like Suggs got some.
What you gonna say? You feel like what?
I'm really honest. If I had to pick somebody outside, like you said, so the question was, who's the best player in the Magic?
The third best player, yeah.
Well, who's the third best player in the Magic?
Well, first of all, Franz is definitely not third.
No, he's not. He's second.
Franz is second.
Like he's a bucket.
Yeah.
But even then, shoot, another thing about it, Pablo's first year, Franz was the best player on the team.
That was last year. We're talking about this year.
And this year at one point, Franz was still the best player.
That's extremely arguable.
When I think of Orlando,
Paulo was still the best player. I wouldn't go there with you. Paulo was still the best player.
Yeah, the first thing I think of with Orlando is Paulo, bro.
But Franz also could have been an all-star, though.
Okay, Paulo wasn't an all-star as rookie year, then Franz couldn't be. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
Franz is good though.
Franz is nice, but like, I mean, on a losing team, you have a guy that's got better stats than you. You're not gonna get an all-star vote.
Yeah. But yeah, go blue.
Chet gets credit for SGA.
You're not gonna act like Chet don't be hooping though. No, I get he's playing with SGA, but come on.
Chet's a really good player. He has flaws just like Paulo does, but like right now, bro, like he's the third guy. He has a role. He's even asked to score because he's in that third spot. I've seen him struggle. I don't think he had a moment in these playoffs. He had a great regular season, but they also have a great team. They all, like Scooter said, they all buy in and they're coached phenomenally. Mm-hmm. Like that's the truth. So like I just can't just be like, oh, he's better because they increased the win total. Like to me, that's a lot of coaching.
But it's a big leap though for a guy that didn't play the first year. He didn't play the first year.
Jalen Williams also took a massive leap.
Yeah, it was a tumultuous effort, but like rim protection wise, they were terrible before he played. They were bad.
Like I said, I don't disagree with that. I don't think that he's better than Paulo at this point in time. I don't really think it's a strong argument, to be honest. Like the roles are so different that I would always go with the guy who's going to be leading the team to the promised land. Like, and I feel like it's just so. I feel like it's ingenuine to like compare them as far as like Paulo's got to get this far when Chet's like the third best player on his team. And like right now, I don't think that's particularly arguable. Maybe you will argue that, but like right now, he's clearly number 3.
Oh yeah, the argument there.
Yeah, as far as impact in the playoffs, he might have been 4 because Lou Dort was probably more important than he was during this playoffs.
Yeah, and I got respectfully, if you want to talk about building a house, that nigga Lou Dort was building a fucking Empire State Building.
He was guarding Luka. What do you want from him?
Hey man, if Chet's 4 for Lou Dort, better have been putting up 30, and Lou Dort probably gave him like 7.
You know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That L word is so triggering for me right now. Who was Chris talking about earlier, man?
What you talking about?
Kind of thinking of a player I couldn't think of. I can't think of what he was saying. He was like, Malik Beasley. He said these comments about defense, horrendous, terrible.
Yeah.
He can shoot his ass off. It sounds familiar, but we gonna get to that. Don't worry about it.
I'm confused.
It sounds familiar. But that L word you just used.
What's word?
That Slovenian word you keep throwing, that word you use.
Oh, Luka.
We're gonna get to that though. Don't worry about it.
Did he not have to guard Luka? Is Luka bad now all of a sudden?
Offense, but no, he's him. All around. Don't worry about it. We gonna get. I'm waiting for that part.
Defense. He's dog shit. But I mean, also, not too many teams that can confidently expose that 100% like y'all did. Like y'all got 5 out. Y'all got 5 out in 4 guys. That can take everybody.
I bet you they will now. I bet you they will.
You're right. They're gonna hunt it now.
They're gonna hunt. Listen, the Paul Pierce body dude. We gonna get to that though.
Real crazy. Ironically,
back can pass. Let's see a difference. But we can.
Never need to get his tubby ass in shape. You're not wrong.
They next up, though, honestly. I would just roll right into it.
You better hope he don't have a 2018 James Harden offseason.
Oh, where he gets in shape again?
Where he gets in shape, he look toned, got muscle now. You better hope.
Yeah. I'm gonna alter this a little bit. Since we gonna have a lot of opportunity to talk about the Mavericks, let's talk about the Clippers.
Who they?
Yeah, the Clippers and the Mavericks. There's gonna be a lot of opportunity to talk about the Mavericks, so I'm kind of gonna keep it short.
The perpetual disappointments of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, like the Clippers. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, as far as like Kawhi Leonard's availability and everything like that. That's hurting this team on a whole nother level. I mean, Harden PG played, but obviously everybody is being centered around the man that's sitting in street clothes multiple series in a year.
He kind of ruined that series. They were playing very well before he came back.
Yeah, like he came back and it's like you could tell, like, I don't know if it was like one of them, like he wanted to be out there, but it just wasn't happening, or like Lou was like, if you want to be out there, then you can. So then he stood it up, and it was kind of tragic. But it's one of the things where it's like, for them to have to play as good as they did, like Harden put up, I think Harden had a couple games where he had like over 20. PG was hitting leaners deep in the corner, mocking PJ Washington. Like the guys that they paid predominant money to showed up, except for Kawhi, and I feel like that might have been like the deciding factor outside of the fact that Luka just has their number, and then you add like Kyrie and other people on the court that are like Zubac is competing with 2 bigs that could jump over his head. Like there's a lot of things going on that like made the Clippers not like successful in this series. So. Yeah, Kawhi definitely like is hurting them more than he's doing them any good.
Listen, man. I got a question.
Fuck the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
What in the fuck happened to Terrence Mann?
He forgot how to shoot.
He was never that guy.
But he wasn't. It's the same thing with Darius Garland. Because I was going to ask, what the fuck? Like,
well, we know what happened to Darius Garland. He can't play with Donovan Mitchell. They don't.
But it's like, you would think, like, okay, they probably won't win games, but they not even getting theirs.
Who?
Neither one. Terrence Mann, Garland, like on they different teams, obviously. But Terrence Mann was like last year. Dude was hooping.
He was an okay player. He's not a. I think he's like max 10 point per game scorer. But you got to understand, like on this team, he probably like 4th or 5th, maybe even 6th as far as like touches. Like you're gonna have Kawhi, then Russ, then Kawhi, PG, Harden, Russ, then Norman Powell. They all gonna get more touches than him.
Right.
Zubac is gonna be the recipient of like the pick and rolls and like the lobs, so
yeah,
he might even be after him as far as touches.
Yeah, but the thing with Terrence Mann to me is that like it was kind of good that you brought that up because it's like visibly when he like first remember like it was like the Utah series
like
where he was. You said what?
Didn't he have like a 40-point game or something?
Oh yeah, he was giving Rudy the work. I think he dunked on Rudy. Like Rudy was in hell. But like there was a time where like Terrence Mann was really like put his name up there as like a top role player. Not an all-star brink, but like he was a good role player. He was good in his role. He was helping the other guys. Somewhere along the way, they started just only talking about his driving ability, and it's like he's wide open for threes. Like he's playing like a 2K player in the theater. Like he's getting the ball in the corner wide open and sprinting to the basket. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, how did you? Yeah, bro. It's like things are like at one point. Like I'm not saying Terrence Mann's like a knockdown. Like he's not Isaiah Joe, but it's like he's like a sub 30. He was a sub 30 when he was doing good. Like maybe 29, 30.2, something like that. He's just not shooting it at all.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with that if he can't shoot. Do what you do, and especially like I said, on a team where there's so many other guys that are going to score, that's probably not his role on the team anymore. To just like be taking open shots, probably try to find a better shot for a better shooter or a better player.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I look at like an Amir Coffey, right? Amir Coffey has no dog in any rotation. And he gets in that game, he takes whatever shot is up there. If it's a 3, he taking it. A midi, he taking it. Like he just plays his role. Like I feel like Terrence Mann he might be psyching him. Is it Trey Mann or Terrence Mann? I might be getting them mixed up. I think it's Terrence. But yeah.
OKC, no?
Yeah, like I think he's like kind of psyching himself out as far as like he coming off the bench with Russ, and it's like Russ don't shoot. So it's like, why would you come in with Russ and both of y'all is just bulls in a china shop? Like, there's no spacing from the bench, and Bulls Island don't play. So it's like you really have to kind of think about what you're throwing out there.
That man, talking about disappointment. This nigga on stage.
He think he's JR out there, boy.
He on stage crip walking with Kendrick today. He needs to be in the gym.
No.
On stage, they not like us in it up. Meanwhile, I can't shoot a free throw as of right now. Wide open, I'm leaving you. If somebody turn their back while you shooting the 3, you need to be putting up shots.
Yeah, I mean, hey, busy Bones ain't getting no PT from Tyrone.
I don't know. I like his game.
Take bad shots and they don't go in.
But like, ain't the Clippers known for having a bunch of shot chuckers though in their rotation? You had Lou Williams and Jamal.
They have elite players that are scorers. You can't just come in taking shots. That's not your role. I'm gonna sit you on the bench. You over here taking shots over Kawhi and Paul George.
Who are these players with an S on it?
Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden are all significantly better scorers than Bones has ever been.
Okay, but let me say this though. Let's just put it like this. Well, Kawhi, we can't. Come on now.
He played a lot of games in the regular season, more than he's done in a while. I think he played like 67 games. That's the most he's played in a while. All I'm saying is he was there to play. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe I'm not on an elite train for James Harden anymore, but
no, I'm not saying he's elite, but he's better than Bones.
I'm not a fan of the overly passive game that's been going on with a lot of those stars.
That's fair.
Oh, like I have to tone it down for other people.
Yeah, like not even that. I just feel like Harden. I feel like he's overly like he's starting to give me. I don't want to make this comparison because he's so bad. But like,
please shit on James Harden. I'm here for that.
He's starting to give me Ben Simmons vibes. Let me just.
He's all.
I can respect that.
James Harden has always been this.
Like, bro.
James Harden has always been this. When the game's on the line, games get tight. He don't want to be taking the shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, what happened though? That's what I'm saying.
That's why when they got Chris Paul on the Rockets, they got the furthest they ever got because they finally got a closer, and then he got hurt, and then James Harden lost 2 straight games.
Some dudes are just not meant to be ball dominant players, and to me, James Harden is not. It's hard to say, man. It's not what I'm used to. It's not what I'm used to seeing from James, and I know he's capable of doing so much more because we've all seen it.
Shit, I must be blind. I didn't see nothing.
Come on now, Rockets prime James Harden was different, bro.
Oh, prime James Harden would put the points up in the first half, first quarter, third quarter, and then when it came time to like win, have your moment, break into that space of his contemporaries, the mics, the beans, the answers. You like the nicknames uses, don't you?
Yeah. Listen,
he didn't do it, bro.
Yes, okay, but it's to the point where at least he did something. Then he might have went crazy in the first half. He's not doing that at all.
It's been his whole career.
Nah.
So in OKC, when he was just a 6th man, and he was hooping in the playoffs, gets to the finals, completely disappears. I think his points decreased by like 7. It just was a no show.
The lights was too bright.
And everybody was like, well, he's a young player. He's just a 6th man, whatever. He goes to Houston, and we get over it. He goes to Houston. Let's see. There's the Spurs elimination game where he took like 7 shots and had like 7 turnovers. There's the 2 games against the Warriors where he's chucking threes, and like you have your potential to have a moment, and you don't. I don't give him that much crap about that one because it was the Warriors. But the other guys I'm comparing him to, they'd win a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then there's the. I'm not gonna hold the net situation to him because he had the hamstring, but he did ruin that team before it could have got started. Like I get Kyrie was being Kyrie by just sticking to what he believed in, but like if he would have stayed, y'all probably would have had a good chance to win. It's just too much talent with Kyrie and KD, and then obviously the Sixers stuff where the last 2 years he just doesn't get it done. Like
Let me go on record saying, never thought that was going to work out.
Oh yeah, it's 2 crybabies on the same team.
I'm telling you right now, I've been saying it since the trade happened that it wasn't going to work.
What trade?
I was not, huh?
What team?
I mean,
the Sixers trade?
Not trade.
Not the signing.
Kyrie went to, when they did that little, I knew that wasn't going to work. James Harden.
Nets?
Yeah.
Kyrie and KD are not crybabies on the court at all.
Yeah. But
they don't cry about fouls or anything most of the time. It's just like Kyrie.
I knew it wasn't going to work, though, bro.
But see, that's the thing. It did. They were a top seed. Even with
I ain't gonna lie. Durant and Irving were better without Harden. Durant almost won a whole series on one foot.
They were
before his foot got in the way.
They were. Ask your boy how good they was when all 3 of them was there. They were.
Wait, who?
The other person in his pie.
We don't know. Listen, I seen us send them 3 home.
You didn't send them 3 home. You sent 2 of them home when they were coached by an idiot.
We swept them boys, man.
Yeah, you swept them when it was just KD and Kyrie, and they were coached by an idiot.
I'll be honest with you. James Harden don't change nothing. He's a bum.
Everything.
He's a bum.
No, he changed. No, you're right. Listen. I don't want to be defending James Harden, but for basketball reasons, that series he changed everything. Steve Nash is an idiot, a terrible coach. Not an idiot, but he's a terrible coach. He's literally running Mike D'Antoni's system with Kyrie and KD like they're the point guards. That's why they lost. You got KD bringing the ball up the court into triple teams. I know you was watching like, damn. They just
he was getting thrown into a torture chamber. He was getting shipped by everybody. It was 90s basketball.
There was no type of coaching analysis being done at all. Because what was the difference between that year and the year before? Besides Steve Nash,
KD won,
and James Harden being gone.
Really wasn't that much of a difference.
But much of a difference.
Because James Harden was gone. That's the difference.
And then Ben Simmons said, "No, I don't feel like it."
Man.
And I thought I was
I'm not a fan of him. Is that clear? I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's shitty, but I will let him rock. You know what I'm saying?
Let's move on.
Yeah. We get to
the bums on this team. Besides Russ. That's the first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah, shout out Crip Walk and Russ, man.
Exactly on this team.
Shout out my even courtside, but he be fucking it up. But let's see. Timberwolves and Suns, another sweep. I thought that was, but I think one of the first only Thunder and the Timberwolves are only first round sweeps this year. I just realized that. But yeah, they got KD up out of there.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was weird.
Oh, I was only 2 sweeps.
I thought you said it was
this week.
I was like, them get up. I mean, I feel like it wasn't surprising because I'm not gonna lie. I'm a D1 Bradley Beal hater. I feel like he does not fit this team at all. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I just feel like, to be honest, like he wasn't like the dog that they wanted to get like in Washington, where it was like, oh, he's putting up 30, 40 points a night. Not 40 points a night, but he's putting up 40-point games. And it's like, if we put him on a better team, with that same tenacity, he'll be a great like supporting cast. He's playing with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and he doesn't want to shoot. Or he shoots, and it's like he doesn't have that same. I don't know why I'm using this big word, like I'm like fucking Chris Broussard or something. He doesn't have that je ne sais quoi that he had in Washington. He's just like a shell of himself out there. I mean, like you got Grayson Allen taking your role. He's off the bench.
Grayson's a better shooter than Bradley Beal right now. Grayson was probably the best shooter in the league last year.
Yeah, and he's going Gray.
Some good games against the Timber. I think he had 2 good games. Was it game 3 where he had like that was his actual game? He had like 28 or 30 points or something like that. He had a good
I mean, he had flashes, but as far as like in the situation was like you already know like Booker and KD are like their main like priorities. You should be taking advantage of that. Off rip. Every game should have been your game to like really just be like, I'm putting this bitch on the flow. Like, don't worry about Booker. Kevin Durant getting double. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what are you saying? Why don't you think it worked? I'm of the mindset that I'm not really a believer of empty points if the efficiency is there. So like,
for sure.
These numbers and it's like good efficiency. I don't think to me it matters. I just think it was a redundant role between him and Devin Booker, especially. And I mean, I don't have a particularly high opinion of Vogel as an offensive guy because
Vogel's strictly defense.
He was a Lakers coach, so I kind of understand like the limitations from offensive standpoint that he has.
Yeah, and that might be probably what it was more or less. But I feel like at this point for like Booker and like Durant specifically, I feel like if you're gonna have like big 3 type teams with Durant and Booker, like those type of players, your third best player needs to be a big. Because, like you said, it gets redundant when you kind of have Beal, who's a shooting guard. His main bread and butter is shooting. And, like, granted, Booker, I mean, evolved his game a little bit more. Like, he added in the passing. He ran point a little bit when Chris Paul was injured. He's still not a point guard. So you got 2 shooting guards basically in your backcourt with another predominantly score-first guy in Kevin Durant. You need, like, Nurkic is fine, but it's not moving the needle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not doing anything. So, like, your third best player has to be a big if you're running Booker and Durant as a collective, to me at least.
Or a point guard,
Yeah,
one of those.
Either somebody take the ball out of Booker's hands, or somebody that, all right, bet if Booker and KD are throwing up bullshit, we got somebody down here to clean the glass and get his own shots if need be.
I think Nurkic did a pretty good job of that. I know you said he was okay. I think he for that he had a couple of like 20-point rebound games. I think they just didn't. They don't have a point guard. They didn't run a good offense. And I don't know. I mean, the Timberwolves are really good, man.
I'm about to say, no, that's a no too. Like, not even take away from Timberwolves. Like,
I mean,
Durant was fucking them up.
Well, they got the 2 guys that are probably the best to guard these other 2 guys. You got Anthony Edwards guarding Devin Booker. He's significantly more athletic than him, and that gives Booker problems. And then you have McDaniel for KD, who's like just he's perfect to guard KD.
Hey man, they got Kevin Durant. We got David.
No, he wasn't lying.
It sounded crazy when he said it, and it proved the rain true.
Nah, bro. I feel like you watch him play, you can kind of see like Jaden has a lot more to his game than his role allows at this point in time.
Yeah, because like Ant gives him praise every chance he gets, and I can very much respect him for that because Jaden is definitely the glue guy. Their bench is very much underrated as well, even though I don't completely like Nickeil Alexander Walker. He plays his role really, really well. He comes in, hits his shots.
He's gonna let that bitch fly.
Yeah, but I say like he gets them shits up. They got Conley, who's their vet, keeps everybody mellow. Everybody like is steady, even kill. Like he's not gonna like be mad in the huddle. He's gonna make sure everybody knows what their role is. Tell you to keep shooting that bitch, get up and down the court. Like he's basically a secondary coach on the court, and that's a guy that Ant and Cat for that matter have shown to like really be responsive to, and it led to a really deep run for them this year. Just from having like another guy that keeps you on your not keeps you on your toes, but like keeps you in check and lets you know like, hey, this is what we got to do, and it helps you grow as a leader.
To comment on the situation, let me just tell you. Let me just get this out. Let me just get this out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of Ant-Man.
We're finna say some bullshit.
No. I'm not. That's all I have to say regarding Ant-Man. So the way my only beef or gripe with Minnesota is just Rudy, man. I'm not so.
Yeah,
Rudy.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of. It's there for me too.
I mean, I'm not gonna like just like kind of like I don't know. Certain teams, Rudy serviceable. There's certain teams that like make Rudy look like a complete bum, and those teams are just the exact teams that he ran into after they beat the Suns. So.
Man, all I'm gonna say is the game that Rudy missed to see the birth of his child.
Oh, they look great.
Was the most lopsided Wolves victory in that series. I mean, they beat the hell out the Nuggets when he wasn't there.
They were punishing shit, but he went to the hospital.
Because apparently, Cat's just a better defender on Jokic than Rudy is.
And that was such a like. We're gonna get more into that, but like that was so surprising to me. Cat as a defender for an MVP.
I mean,
it's the salute,
and he's got the athleticism. There's no reason he really shouldn't be great.
Salute, man. That salute set him up. That salute when he saluted whoever it was on that bench. No, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've always felt like Cat could do everything.
Yeah, Cat definitely had all the tools. It was just Cat was soft. Or like Cat just never had people like that kind of like because after the Jimmy Butler shit, it was kind of like Jimmy tried to break their spirit, and you could visibly tell that Cat wasn't fucking with it.
That's Jimmy, man.
Exactly.
He doing it over there. He's screaming. He called Bam soft.
Yeah, but like, he almost fought Eric Spoelstra with UD on the bench. Like we know what Jimmy gets into, but it's like, I feel like Cat, like even like Cat wasn't receptive to that. And then it was like especially after like having KG as his vet, and then like that whole turnover and everything like that. It's like this whole like regime has definitely rejuvenated him and added. He's unraveling his game. A lot more.
Respect.
Yeah. But,
the Suns definitely that was a disappointment. I thought they was at least gonna get past them, but
that's the new era.
Yeah, that change under the guard was loud.
Very.
Man, especially in the West, that shit was swift.
Let's go and get it over with, man.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for this one. We got the Nuggets and them Showtime Lakers. Denver got them out of there in 5. Looks like
I'm going first.
Yeah, but I was going to say let's let you go first.
yeah.
Listen, man. The Lakers this year, once Darvin Ham stopped being a dickhead, were a very good team. You can see by the numbers, by the record, all of it. It's there. 10 games over 500, and we're still a 9 seed. Insanity. But the Nuggets just own them. I mean, that's just what it really is. We're not exceptionally coached, so we're not exceptionally disciplined on defense or offense, and we don't have the personnel to guard, especially on the perimeter for somebody like Jamal. Austin Reeves did probably as good a job as I thought he could do, but the Nuggets just have the mental edge over us. They know they can beat us whenever, they turn it on whenever, and there's nothing we can do. And our players, like I said, we're just not disciplined or good enough on either side of the ball to take advantage of that. There's no reason AD shouldn't have averaged like 35, but like this is kind of, because I know I reached out to you about this. For instance, like when we would run some action and like the connector, the player that's supposed to make the final swing pass or the final
read.
Yeah, a lot of times it was Rui. Oh boy,
it was Bam.
He was. It was like It was like, damn, bro, you're actually dumb on the court.
But also, like, just to the point though, like that I will like, and this is kind of like a really far, deep reach in the back of my head because it just kind of clicked for me. That was one of his weaknesses when it came to him being like drafted. They said like, he could shoot his ass off, but
black hole, huh?
Yeah, basically his mental for the game was very, very low because I think he had not like he just started, but I mean, I think he's like from Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like that crossover from him being, playing over there, came to Gonzaga. At Gonzaga, they literally kind of said defend and shoot. He never had to pass at Gonzaga. He was literally an off the ball, pure off the ball mover. Washington just didn't use him right at all, and then LA put more on his plate, which you would assume by this time in his career he'd be able to handle it, but clearly it's not.
It was weird, yeah. Because last year it was like, oh my goodness, Rui is coming. Like we can feel it. No, come on, guys.
Exactly.
Be for real. Like, bro was averaging like 20-some points against the Nuggets.
He's cooking.
Cooked the Warriors. Played well against the Grizzlies. Like, bro, that midi was elite, damn near. It felt like. So it's like, okay, we can start to rely on Rui, 6'8", not the most athletic, but like relatively good enough. Like we can start to, like you said, put more on his plate. But man, he really took a step back this year. I mean, he had some injuries early in the season, but he just, bro. Like, and to your point, when someone doesn't have the feel for the game like you want, to me, that's where coaching comes in. To the point where, like, okay, Rui doesn't have the feel to make that pass, so we got to drill it in. We got to drill it. Anyway, bro,
that shit was crazy.
Come on, man.
Come on, don't come on, man. You said it with extra for silence after, man. You knew what the hell you did.
We gotta drill it in, though.
Like, get him to rest as far as like knowing what he's trying to do. And I'm sure they did, but it wasn't working. And it's just like, watching us play the Nuggets when we could make that pass every time and we don't, and the Nuggets 100% of the time make that pass, and it's an Aaron Gordon dunk.
Yeah, I say that shit. Yeah, even in case of like you could sit Jokic on the bench at some points during this playoff run. They had Aaron Gordon running the Jokic action.
Like, bro, I promise you, we left at least 10 to 12 AD points on the board a game. But I mean, shit. I think we can still improve on the margins. I think if Darvin Ham was as bad as I thought he was, if we get a better coach, I think that would improve us a lot. I mean, it's still the same old thing. Like if LeBron and AD are healthy, we'll be fine. But yeah, they kicked our ass. We can't beat the Nuggets, so we just gotta avoid them. That's it. We suck.
Smithy, what you got, man?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm going for the gusto. I'm finna wild out. I'm gonna be honest with you.
When I say that was untrue,
I'm gonna say this right now.
Oh.
Say this right now. AD is fucking sorry.
He's sorry.
Trash. Trash. What do we do? Trash. Trash. Listen, bro.
How?
This is just my opinion. He's not a 5.
So here's the thing.
He's not a 5.
Right. No, you're right about that. But the problem is we are the best versions of ourselves, especially when
when he's at the 5. Yeah.
When he's at the 5. So like we don't
but
have.
He's not the best version of himself when he's at the 5.
That's so debatable, though. That's the thing.
Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Because defensively, it is crazy. what he's able to do. But offensively, yes, like it's a little different.
The
But
wings,
also,
man, I feel like that's a given, man. That's a given. But my thing is,
that's
bro,
what I'm trying to say, bro. You gotta watch the games, man.
bro,
So many times.
Listen, bro, I be watching them, bro. I watched the whole
I'm saying there's
series.
so many times against the Nuggets where we had AD for instant points, like to the point if you switched it and it was Jokic and they was like I don't know MPJ or Murray, whoever the hell that had the ball, they would get Jokic the ball in that spot and he would score
I'm
at
sorry,
a very very high
man
clip.
is 40.
We're talking about what happened in the series. We're not talking about going forward.
No, but I'm saying though, as of right now, the point is that AD is just not him anymore. That's the reality of the entire thing.
Season. He had 25 and 12.
That's fine, bro. It's not the same, bro. That's not AD. And that's fine. Them numbers are fire. But my point is one, you said it earlier, brittle.
But he played the most games I said not this year. I did say that. He played like 70 games this year. Like 72, 75, some shit like that. Played a crazy amount of games.
Yeah, but I mean, exactly. I seen them games they played the Pistons. He was in full force.
I feel like I expect so much more from AD because I've seen him play way better than this, bro.
He has not played significantly better in his entire career than what he played this year.
I can't.
Debatable. No, listen. What's not debatable is that I watched more Lakers games than you. I know this for a fact. That's what I'm saying. That would be like me telling you that I watch more Celtics games than you, Scooter. Like I know I didn't. I'm telling you, the way he played this year is the best he's played in a long time. Like probably 2017, 18 AD and 2020 AD. Probably his three best. He was incredible this year, bro. He should have been defensive player of the year.
So 2020 AD. Let's talk about him.
Yeah. The only difference is that year. You said what?
He went against Joker that year, didn't he?
Dwight Howard guarded Joker for a large majority of that series.
See
so basically,
See what I'm saying, bro? So who was AD guarding? So with PTP?
Because PTP, I know you know this. Please tell this.
I believe.
Why they had Dwight on him?
No, he tried to act like Dwight wasn't the reason. Like Dwight Howard was the.
No, I'm saying Dwight did his thing, bro.
Was the help side rim protection. They did the same thing with Rui last year, but Rui's just not big enough and strong enough to hold up Jokic a little bit. Whereas Dwight Howard is. It was a couple years ago. So Jokic is marginally better than he was then.
Oh, yeah, he's learned from that. So you're not going to do the same thing against him
Dwight
like every year.
Top 75. Dwight is a top 75. I just want to let that be known.
Oh yeah,
bro. Dwight, all he was asked to do was play defense. He's a 3-time defensive player of the year.
That boy was asked to play jail ball, and it worked.
He's like, oh, you mean I don't got to guard the perimeter? I just got to guard a big? Shit. Well, shit.
He was playing with Shaq back in the day. He let that stuff. Pause.
And it's not like it wasn't a close series already. Shit, it went 6 games. Jamal Murray was still going crazy. He's been busting our ass since the inception.
Since inception. But just gonna pose this question.
Just say you hate AD. Like I know you hate the Lakers because you're a Celtics fan. It's okay. It's you don't have to tell me that. I know.
I'll be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest.
You already were honest. I think we're done.
I'm just being real, man. I just feel like it's no future in AD being successful in that team, man.
You wanted to come to the Celtics?
I'm be honest with you. I don't want AD. I don't want AD, bro. I'm fine with Porzingis. I'm gonna be real. I'm fine with Porzingis.
My whole thing is your point. With your point is that this would have been fine to say the previous years, but there's literally nothing bad you can say about AD this year.
AD definitely could have definitely held his nuts a little bit more against Joker, man. That's just me.
So see, that's my thing. AD played Jokic as well as you could. A lot of the time. A lot of times they were just switching. They were just finding the matchup to get him off of him. That's what they were doing, bro.
Right.
And then when AD started busting Jokic's ass, they literally just moved Jokic off of him and put Gordon on him. And then that's when we weren't finding AD for the easy buckets.
Yeah, but I will say that I think it was like Game 3. It was one of the games where the Lakers were up big. I think
he scored like 10 straight points on Jokic, didn't he?
I think he had like 10 straight buckets on Jokic, and like he was pushing 30 damn near before they even got to halftime. So it was like there was times where because I even said that when we were talking about the games. There were so many times where AD would come out like cooking them, and then when the second half would come, like because even Bron kind of basically took what the Nuggets were doing as far as like Jokic and Murray with their pick and roll. Like Bron basically said, AD, we're gonna do this pick and roll. I'm gonna hit you on this slip. I might get you for the midi, or I might take the ball myself and I'm gonna make something happen. That worked so well for 2 straight quarters in a majority of the games that they were down or that they were up in, or they were down, but that was like a bright spot. And half, AD would go ghost. No attempts, no buckets. And it was confusing because it's like the place to now it's like we don't know how to get him the ball. It was a very weird thing.
I think some of that is when the Nuggets are adjusting to that pick and roll and they're I guess I don't know the correct term, but I guess they're both players are kind of helping, or they're sending help toward AD off of that. I guess off the weak side, and whoever that open man is in the corner would get the ball from Bron. This has happened so many times because it was a great play, and AD would just be open for that pass or that lob or anything, and it's like the guys in the corner they just weren't making plays. They would either chuck a three, and we really weren't hitting threes that series at all. So it's just like it was a bad shot and or not getting the ball where it needed to be.
And it was
But AD and Bron played relatively well. Honestly, AD and Bron played relatively well.
You know what my problem is though? You know what I felt like the Lakers should have done differently?
In the series?
Yes.
What's up?
Me personally, I feel like Gabe Vincent should have got way more minutes.
Hey, maybe, but like he was.
I'm just being real because I'm from a Celtic fan.
But that's one. He came back during that series though, right? Or no, it was like a week before, wasn't it? It was super. He came back like damn near at the play-in.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was there for a couple of times.
But I will give you that,
bed, bro.
I'll give you that because we gave Spencer Dinwiddie way too many.
I'm not gonna lie, Gabe's minutes went to Spencer, and it was the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life. Because like Spencer was a late time pickup.
Max's minutes went to Spencer, and that pissed me off. I have no idea how he stopped playing Max Christie.
Yeah, Christie is so good, so good.
And he has juice off the bounce. And we said, nope, we're going to give it to this veteran. And Spencer played terribly, like his first few games he got here, and he still kept the minutes. Started playing a little bit better.
D'Lo slander, please.
Some D'Lo slander? Nah, I'm not.
Because let's be real. Did he not play terrible?
No. To be honest, though, is there really anything D'Lo did? But the thing, like, is there anything really D'Lo did that we kind of just don't like? I haven't seen him do before.
Because here's the thing, like compared to the series he played against Denver last year, he's significantly better. He was, I think, this playoffs he was like 13-4.
Yeah, but shoot, last year he got benched. This was an upgrade.
He was average this year. He had a couple of good games. He had one really bad game and like two that were and then one that was like eh. But he had two good games, one terrible one, and one mediocre one. Is that 4? Yeah. Or 5? No, 5. There's another game in there that I'm forgetting. Basically, what I'm saying is, I've slandered D'Lo before, but I understand like his limitations as a player. He's not a perimeter defender. He's a super streaky shooter. So like, D'Lo needs the ball and rhythm to like be able to catch a rhythm. Like he can shoot and he is a shooter.
He's not a spot up.
Streaky, yeah, he's streaky. So like, if you catch him on a spot up and he makes the first one, then it's money. He gonna be hot. But like I don't know, like he needs the ball. So like, and he's gonna turn the ball over sometimes. Like he's not gonna be as good as nowhere near as of a decision maker as LeBron, and that's the problem. Because like to get the most out of him, he needs rhythm. But you got to take the ball out of LeBron's hands, and that's gonna be just worse offense more than likely. So that's just what it was.
Yeah. Really quickly before we wait a second.
D'Lo's not why we lost. We lost because we couldn't defend.
Oh, yeah, far from that.
That's a personnel issue.
Yeah. Speaking of that, really quickly, for both of y'all actually. And as of now, currently, like JJ Redick hasn't completely signed with a team yet. Do you think if JJ Redick becomes the Lakers' new head coach, that he might be able to get a little bit more out of D'Lo than Darvin did? Like completely?
I think D'Lo gone. I think
D'Lo's gone too. D'Lo has a player option.
Out of there.
I think D'Lo will probably look at the Spurs really heavily. But yeah, I do think D'Lo's gone. Just because like D'Lo got blamed for everything.
He got dragged.
Terribly. It's always the third guy on a LeBron team. It's actually quite frustrating. Now, granted, D'Lo has had probably the lowest lows of any of them.
Yeah.
But it's just like when he has he's also like super flammable. So like when he goes crazy, it's like, oh yeah, D'Lo's making it. But like there's no praise for D'Lo. You know what I mean? Like D'Lo averaged 18 and 6, and the whole year people were talking about Austin Reeves being the third best player. It was clearly D'Lo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Austin is great in his role.
I like Austin, bro.
I like Austin too, but I didn't think he was better than D'Lo. I mean, yeah, D'Lo just got shat on. And yeah. I wasn't a fan of it. He's not going to.
He also shot himself in that playoffs, man. I'm just.
But that's what I'm trying to think. Like, okay, so here's the thing. So the game was it game 2? We were up by 20, and that was the D'Lo game. He had like 30. We still lost. So whose fault is it?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, who are we gonna blame? Like, who are we gonna blame now? We still lost.
If the Lakers want success, if the Lakers want success, they need Chris to not have investment in the Lakers, aka meaning LeBron needs to leave, bro. They have to start building for the future if they're going to do anything. Because what they got right now is not. No matter, I don't think there's any pieces.
Well, they're going to be relevant. They're going to be relevant. I don't think they're done like wholesaling the future. So they have like their upcoming draft picks. They're going to draft people. But like LeBron, I mean, shit. If LeBron leaves, this team is
back to square one.
Yeah, I mean, because just AD with no elite perimeter guy is going to be a problem. And then obviously, if AD leaves, we're going down the gutter.
Yeah, but at this point, but at this point, I feel like honestly, this is the thing that honestly I don't know why, and it's probably going to be like a not a shocking thing, but it's something that the Lakers fans kind of like fear, which is understandable because I mean, Pelinka has kind of proven that like when the Lakers are ass, you're going to see Ryan Kelly and Robert Socrates and Andrew Goudlocks. You're going to see some real random ass niggas on the court when they're rebuilding. So I understand why they're scared. So I understand why they're scared of like breakdown, like teardowns and everything like that. But it's like at a certain point, it's like kind of like I said, like Bron's like getting younger. He wants to play with Bronny. So depending on wherever Bronny goes, you're probably going to get Bron. You're probably going to get Bron to come with that. AD, AD's probably going to get tired of carrying them if Bron leaves. So, AD might go back to Chicago. He might go home.
If LeBron retires, AD is not staying.
AD might go home. He's
going to go to a team that he can go back to competing. He'll probably go to like, I don't know, shit, fuck around, find his way to fucking Dallas or some shit.
Hey, shit, he might go to Miami.
Go to Boston. I don't want him. Just saying, he might. You know what I mean?
Hey, AD on the T-Wolves. Fucking get rid of Rudy. Put him over there.
Oh, that'd
be scary. I'm not gonna hold you. AD and Cat would end on the
because like the simple if Rudy could consistently score just easy looks, they probably would have went to the finals. Because AD is Rudy with offense.
With a jumper.
So it's just like, that would be terrifying. Yeah. And he can guard the perimeter too, and we know Rudy can't. Well, no. I'll take it. Rudy's improved a lot on the perimeter, but when it looks bad, it does look bad. But he has improved.
Yeah. And yeah. So it sounds like the Lakers, man. Lakers they're probably gonna be one of the more interesting season offs. They mostly are to be on the season.
I mean, here's the thing: as long as we're healthy, as long as LeBron and AD are healthy and we're competently coaching, we'll be in the playoffs. It's like every year we start slow and we do the same bullshit, and then by the end of the year, they put it together, and we're in the playoffs. So like, he's out of it. Where's he gonna go?
Just LeBron.
Philly? No, but I'm saying, where's he gonna go? Philly?
I mean, I'll let you. I would not be against seeing. It might sound, I'm saying crazy, but
who?
Minnesota, or
Minnesota, bro,
or the Mavs.
He's not going to the
Mavs. Nah, the Mavs would be so weird.
Mavs so that he can sit in the corner with Luka's ball hog ass.
I don't know. I just feel like even where he can go, like I think he fit.
There's nowhere that there's no way that LeBron and Luka can work on the same team.
I'm not gonna lie, to be respectful with you. I'd see Bron in Golden State with Clay leaving before I see him in Dallas.
Like, there's no way.
Like him and Curry will play a full season together before I see him play with Luka.
Like after watching Luka in this playoffs, he was great at times, for a large majority of the time. But like watching, and I know you were probably pretty happy about this when you saw it. He would go like multiple possessions where nobody else would touch the ball.
Oh yeah,
He would like, bro, would get it, bring it up the court, dribble around a couple picks, get to the paint, and shoot a shot. And it's like sometimes it go in, like reset, run action, anything. Like, bro, move the ball a little bit.
yeah. Getting back to the Celtics, getting to this little second round section. I'm gonna try to speed run this a little bit more. Yeah, speed run this a little bit more. So Boston and the Cavs. Boston won 4-1. I mean, long story short, Cavs lost Mitchell. Even before that, it just wasn't enough. Once Boston woke up and realized who they were, the series was over. Yeah.
I think it's Boston in 6 or 7 if Mitchell stays, but either way, I think Boston still wins. Also, I mean, but you also got to think Jared Allen was missing games too. But like I said, I still think Boston wins. I think it's just more competitive though.
Yeah. Smithy, anything?
Come on now, that's just I personally think it'd have been the same, even if fully healthy. Fully healthy. I truly believe that it would have been the same 4-1.
So then that means y'all just fucked around. That's what you think.
To be honest with you, just me watching the Celtics throughout the entire year, like I don't know if I probably missed maybe a total of like 6 games total, to be honest. But seeing how we play against like low level competition, or even depending on the situation, like if we know we're significantly better, we just start doing whatever. Like we'll just literally start taking random shots, no thinking, just pulling up behind screens. Like we just shoot everything. Like no adjustments.
That's how y'all play. Y'all shoot everything. Y'all shot everything against the Mavs.
No. When we have a game plan and we play as serious as possible, and we know like okay, the other team, like when we play against great teams, we play amazing. Like it's like okay, we know they're hey, we play a little bit. It's a loss. I feel like we see what we did to Cleveland game 1.
That's fair.
I just feel like we like okay.
But they came back and smacked you game 2.
Yeah.
Huh?
They came back and smacked you in game 2, though.
Yeah, exactly. But I still feel like that was, they came back. Yes, understand. But at the same exact time, I still feel like we're like, okay, we see that even when we let up, okay, bet we know, okay, they got a little something. Then what we do for the rest of the series? It was dark. It got dark.
What game did Donovan get hurt?
I think it was game 3, right?
Probably.
Or it might have been like tail end of game 2, and he missed every game after.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it was during 2.
No, he played game 3.
Oh, he played.
I know he was playing hurt, but he's been playing hurt all for a while. From my understanding, he came in.
I must see. Because in the Magic, I think he had like a leg injury or something.
Against the Magic, so he was already hurt.
Yeah, well, Boston rules.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would have been a foul, but either way, it's Boston.
I think we would just pull. Well, you know what? I definitely might be 6 or 7. Now that I think about it, only because
Jared not being there too.
Porzingis was hurt.
Yeah.
Porzingis was hurt, and I feel like Al would have been bad for Al against Jared. I think it would have been bad for Al against him. Not to mention, Mobley did get, I believe he got injured as well during the game. I don't know what game it was.
Yeah.
He did get injured, but he was giving Al, oh my God, it was so bad.
Oh yeah, I think they can do one Mobley damn near at 30 or like 20, 24, 25, something like that.
Yeah, Al was definitely not. Al was still adjusting to starting again. That's what it felt like. But that's why I would change it. Okay, like if they would have Allen, then it would have been way different. I do feel like it would have been different. That's it though. Like that's the only because of Al. We have Porzingis 5, maybe 4.
I can respect that.
I feel like Porzingis is shooting over that, and we're pulling him out the paint. And the rest, they're too small. They're just too small.
Yeah.
Garland definitely was going to get posted up by Drew. So, Drew, the only point guard I know posting. Well, yeah.
Man,
I feel like
get to that rim.
that series was ours, man.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. The Pacers, Knicks, Indiana wins 4-3. One of the more enjoyable series for me, just because I feel like both these teams matched up really, really well. Honestly, even though with all the injuries the Knicks had, they still put up a really good fight. But it really did test kind of. I feel like it did test more of the mettle of the Pacers because even with all the injuries, the Knicks were still like able to take them like the full distance. So it's like I can't really say, oh, the Knicks were like gutted and it just really didn't like it was too much to overcome. It was like they took them the distance and the Pacers just they overcame it. So
that's crazy, in my opinion.
I mean, like Brunson also got hurt too, like down the stretch.
They did fall. They did run out of gas or whatever. Like everybody got hurt.
I want to say right at the gas, but I mean, like DiVincenzo turned into freaking Steph Curry. Like he was the reason it went to 7.
Yeah, he had been playing like that for a little while. I guess ever since I don't want to say since Julius went down, but like he increased his role a lot. But I mean, shit, bro, like OG got hurt. OG was cooking them boys. And guard
Siakam. Yeah, that is true.
As soon as he got hurt, all of a sudden Siakam want to start having games. Like, I think if the Knicks are healthy, they get them boys out in 6.
Mm.
I don't really think that's. They're missing half the team. The majority of the series they didn't have 2 starters.
Yeah, they could also like. I ain't gonna lie, this might sound like a real a real stretch or whatever. Pacers low-key did make it a pretty decent way without Mathurin, who's pretty much their best, like one of the best perimeter defenders in the backcourt.
Yeah,
because I feel like technically if Mathurin plays, probably a lot of these like you say the same thing. Like maybe the series end quicker with Mathurin because Mathurin got a chop.
He do got a chop, but I don't think his game is so different, or his game and role would be so different than Nembhard. Nembhard's minutes increased because Mathurin got hurt. I don't think the production from that is going to be significant.
Yeah,
and since they're like in similar roles, I just think the impact of like no Randall, no Hardenstein, and no OG, and then later on no Hart. Hart being hampered. I think that's impact is more. And it's like, at least not for the Randall point, but for OG and Hardenstein and Hart, they got hurt in the series. Like the Pacers were without Mathurin for a minute.
Yeah, they were without Mathurin since damn it, the All-Star break.
It's been a while.
Yeah, or I think he went down like a little bit after that. Yeah,
and you also got to think like, so yeah, it says the report I see is March 9th, but you also got to think like, I know they didn't do this on purpose, but I mean they traded for Siakam a month before, so like, I mean you missed Mathurin, but like
it's like you almost kind of already you almost preemptively kind of strategized for it about like, all right, bet we got a better power forward,
an all-star who's a champion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like they're fine.
Yeah. What's happening? Wait, did somebody say anything about that?
One word. Nembhard. Nembhard.
Man. He had that crazy 3 against them, I think. Yeah.
He had that 3.
Boy.
That heave was nasty.
Nembhard was going. He's different, bro. I watched that series, obviously, because that's what Twain who was going to win that. So I was watching because I wasn't worried about obviously who we were playing. I was watching.
Scouting the comp.
In dog. Nembhard was him, and for some reason Miles Turner had a crazy 3 thing going on where he was really banging like clutch contested buckets at the top of the key. At the top of the mid, just bang, bang. Like they was Halliburton. I don't know what it was. He just never impress me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I understand the difference in it.
He be popping off too, don't he? Talking the whole lot.
He be yapping to the sideline. I'm like, bro, like I would see him like, you're not even like that though. You get what I'm saying? But it's like the numbers, man. I can't. That's one thing I can't deny is
they dropped.
They were dropping ugly as hell. But
I'm talking about like you remember like in the beginning of the season, people was talking about him as the superstar MVP. He was averaging like 25 and 12. I think he dropped.
Like, he came out killing people. Like he had a double-double. He had a double-double in the first half.
Man, I think it was like down like 20 and 9 or 20 and 10, which is still really good. But
yeah.
And then I knew he was on that type of time when he beat the Bucks like in the regular season and did the little Dame time to Dame.
He did Dame time during the in-season tournament.
They had no beef, no nothing, and he just doing that shit. I'm like, what?
How fast he turned into Trae Young.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing was like, it's like with Tyrese, it's like it's weird because it's like it's like I don't know. For some reason, I respect it. Maybe just because I feel like there's kind of trash talking in the league anymore. I feel like everybody's too nice. Like nobody says anything anymore. Like that's why I like Ant and like Reese and a bunch of other players. I'm like,
different.
I'm following it.
Different.
But
I know because Ant's talking shit and he's banging on niggas. Like, level.
Bro, like he's doing it to Dame in a regular season game, and you're a young player. Like, what are we doing here? It was just weird to me.
Yeah. But see, the only time I can ever say that I've respected something crazy is obviously rookie year. Tatum bang on Bron and scream on him, and that's in the playoffs.
That's the playoffs. You got to do it.
Come on, he bang on Bron, and that was like. I think that's probably when Bron had probably his greatest playoff stats.
He proceeded to game you niggas the next few possessions. It's okay.
Hey, what we had to do that? Hey, look, that was a good starting point though for us.
No, absolutely. Western Conference Finals.
But bro,
thought you boys was gonna have 8 rings by now, according to Jalen Brown.
Yeah, but look, we young.
Hey, blame Taylor Ruck.
We got a chance. We young. We got a chance, man.
A chance. Or a repeat.
I think I believe it's a dynasty, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
That's 3 in a row.
I believe so. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. For one, I don't think the East is about to get any types of competitive in the next 2 years.
So you don't think that the Sixers, the Bucks, are gonna get healthier?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just
the Knicks might add somebody.
The first team you named, I'm never worried about them because they can't beat us. The Sixers. So there's something they can never get over the hump of doing.
They can't beat you until they do, man. It's not like they didn't have. It's not like they choked last year. You know that. It's not like they didn't have you. They had y'all. They just choked it away.
Didn't they get swept?
I said last year.
Yeah, last year.
So now that the season's up next last year.
They got one, right? They got one.
Last year when y'all went 7 games.
Oh, we went 7? I don't recall. I still wasn't worried.
They were up 3-2 on y'all. You don't remember Marcus Smart shooting all them shots?
Oh, well, there's your answer right there. There's your answer right there. But as long as we got number 4 out there.
Who's number 4? I'm being serious. I don't know numbers. I'm not trying to be funny. Come on.
Who else starting point guard, man? Who else starting point guard, man?
Oh, Drew?
Come on.
Drew's gonna guard.
Yes. No. I'm saying talking about we ain't got no Marcus Smart up there coming down court chucking.
Oh no, for sure. But here's what I will say. I gotta look at it to see, but I think Tyrese might give you problems. Personally.
Nah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Tyrese if he unravels his game a lot more, because he made a couple of good shots against the Pacers as well.
Stupid athletic is stupid fast. Like stupid fast.
Oh, mad twitchy.
Yeah.
Their whole offense is though.
Yeah, I like Kelly Oubre too. Well, who we were talking about? Who were we talking about?
You talking about Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, Maxey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
we were talking about the Pacers.
I thought we were talking about the Pacers.
No, yeah, I switched. We switched. Okay, I don't know how we got on the
Maxey's a dog, bro. Maxey to me sounds crazy, but he's been the number 1. Obviously, because Joel's been hurt, obviously, but I feel like it's about to be his team, bro.
Yep. PTP takes to the next.
Got you.
Crazy takes. Maybe. No.
Right. So what happened?
Do we not like Maxey?
No, I love Maxey as a player.
I like Maxey. Yeah, I like
But
him.
I think it's a 1-2 or a 1A, 1B. I think we just kind of said that because Joel's hurt. But I don't know. I just don't think he can be hurt every playoffs for his entire career. At some point, he's got to be healthy. Like, he has to be. You're right. At some point. I mean, look, listen, we've already agreed. If AD can be healthy for a couple of deep runs, Embiid can be healthy for one.
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah. Hopefully we see that in our lifetime for sure. What we got? Thunder Mavericks. Dallas wins 4-2.
Yes, sir.
Not got to it earlier, but I mean, yeah. The Thunder just kind of got like out experienced.
Yeah,
SGA was
is a
fine.
dog. SGA is a dog. SGA torched.
Did he average 30? Did he average 30 that series?
Yeah, more than 30. He shot 50% from the field and 55% from three. SGA diced the Mavericks defense better than any player all playoffs. He just didn't have a running mate.
Yeah, it was just like J-Dub didn't show up. Chet struggled.
Yeah, J-Dub and Chet just aren't ready yet. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They on the way though. They are fast track on the way. They need to get rid of Giddey though, for sure.
Yeah.
Get rid of him. Send Giddey to the Spurs where he.
It's not. Yeah, but which is crazy. Because it's like, man, like when the Thunder first had Giddey on the team, I was like, damn, this gonna be crazy. Like they got a big passer. He could defend, couldn't shoot a lick, but I mean, it's like he could get everybody involved. And it's like they looked so good during the regular season with him and SGA running together. But like when you're getting the Russell Westbrook treatment in a playoff series, you have to get benched.
And then it's just like at this point now, like the Thunder, since they went from 10 to 1, their timeline is fast track now. So now they're going to be expected to win. The Thunder don't have the luxury to just wait on Josh Giddey to develop offensively.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially like at this point, I mean, shit, they had plenty of success with the ball in Shea and Jalen's hands.
Yeah, it's like it's like not even to kind of like get like too like over the top as far as like draft talk or whatever. They have a lot of other options. I mean, if they were to trade Giddey, I mean like this Kason Wallace was their rookie last year, and he made a couple of shots as well. Like really good defender, he could shoot the ball as well. But it's like you can get guys like a Stephon Castle, a T-John Salon. You might take. I think they got like 3 first-round picks. You got guys that you can like kind of like add to your timeline, work on them along the way because they're still fairly young. Like SGA is like what 25, 26.
26. So I think SGA's timeline is slightly different than the next two guys. It's a little older. So like I think you try to maximize in the next 2 years. I think they should probably go for Klay Thompson and bring in folks, but I don't know.
Yeah. But if we're with the Thunder, because like, I mean, it's like they like at this point their timeline does get sped up, but it's like also it's kind of like they're like one of those weird teams where it's like every year they added a piece and they got better every time.
But like, all these young pieces aren't going to be valuable. You know what I mean? Like the second Jalen Williams, like he's not going to be valuable on this team per se. Like there's a lot of young guys. Like even I know they traded him, but like Trey,
Trey Man.
Yeah, Cole. At least in my opinion, but there's too many guys. They got.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have odd men out, but I feel like
this talent and these picks. But I mean, they got a good roster. I mean, they played the Mavericks tougher than anybody in the Western Conference. You know.
Oh yeah, they definitely made them. I feel like definitely. And in the Timberwolves to a certain extent, but I feel like the Thunder definitely made the Mavericks dig deeper. Because, like you said, like SGA was like the immovable object. Like you really kind of couldn't do anything to throw him off his game. You just had to kind of figure out, like, okay, how can we stop the others? Because SGA is going to he's going to give us buckets. This mid range is automatic. He's going to get to the cup.
Immediate bucket. It was crazy.
It was like walk down, size up, tween, the shots out. Like
but I will say, watching how the Celtics played the Mavericks should be an indictment on every other team. Games. Out of every team that they played, the Celtics or the Thunder are probably the closest compared to the Celtics as far as like play style ability. They can play 5 out with Chet at the 5. So like, why weren't you guys targeting Luka if it was that bad?
That is true.
If he was just that dog shit on defense, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know Touch said he was holding up, and I was also a part of the camp that said that Luka's defense had improved in the playoffs, and I thought he played good defense in this series.
He showed flashes. I'll put this. He showed flashes.
I thought he was really good. I thought he
was
really good.
But it's like the thing is with him is like he still uses his body too much. Where it's like you're going to continue to get blocking fouls if you're leading with your damn near 250-pound frame.
He plays defense like he has elite quickness.
Yeah. And he's body bumping dudes coming off the curl, which I mean, I get you want to put a body on him, but it's like you're heavier than your matchup, so it's like you're impeding traffic. They're gonna give him the block.
Other people like he can move his feet with these elite guards. It's like they just go right by him.
Yeah, they're gonna blow past him, or they're gonna take that contact, and you're gonna send them to the line every time because it's like some guys are gonna play the fiddle. So,
but yeah, I mean, Thunder. Future's super bright. I think they played a really good series. I don't like the disrespect that they got throughout the year. All the time, people was like, "Oh, they're not going to win. They're not going to do this." Like, okay, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Scooter's going to like this, but I blame Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
like dead ass. Like when the Jazz got that number 1 seed those years ago and just shit the bed completely. Nobody took the regular season seriously anymore, and that's one of the reasons why. It was like the Jazz of those years. The Budenholzer Hawks with like Teague and Horford and all them boys.
Oh man, those were the good old days.
Yeah, it's like these teams were never gonna win, so people were like they're not gonna they didn't care about the regular season, but that shit matters, man. The Thunder were a great team. They lost to the Western Conference champion. It's okay.
Man. Smithy, anything else you wanna chime in with?
SGA should have been MVP.
Thank you.
Yeah,
stand on that, man. I feel like he should have been MVP.
I would trust.
Yeah, rap, man.
Yeah, and definitely, I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting it on note. So I'm not gonna lie. The year before, I understand. First year, I think seeing those like type of jumps in his numbers. I think he had 27 the year before. I can understand it. This year, the man was phenomenal. You could have given him that award. Like no one would have been mad. Like Jokic, we understand Jokic is Jokic, but I mean, no one would have been mad if you gave the number 1 seeded team's best player the MVP award. No one would have been mad.
I mean, bro, listen to what we're talking about.
You didn't do Jokic is Jokic. That's right. That's fine. That's true. But you deserved it. LeBron was LeBron, and Derrick Rose still got them up.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that far away though. Like LeBron's stats are way better. He's just playing with Dwayne Wade. I think Shea legit deserves it over Jokic.
No, 100%, 100%. I felt like he played better. In my opinion,
I think he did too.
I felt like he never said it. Yeah,
that's the number. Can we talk? When's the last number 1 seed where the dude's averaging 30 and didn't win the MVP? Was it that?
That's been it.
Or you're a 2 seed or 3 seed, or did he average 30?
I don't. I think it might have been last year. Were we number 1 last year?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think y'all might have been number 1 the last 2 years.
I think we're number 1 last year, and Tatum was averaging 30. And he did not win MVP. He was in a race though, but it was, bro. Come on, bro. Look who he had above.
But I'm saying my thing is that, bro, they decided that Jokic was going to win the MVP as soon as Embiid went down. Like they just decided.
Yeah,
and it's just like, bro, SGA obviously is 30 points on offense and very good to elite defensively.
Oh yeah, I think he averaged almost 2 steals a game.
They was like, okay, so it was either Joel or Jokic. It was already decided from the beginning. One of the two.
Yeah, bro. And it's just annoying.
Jokic, no matter what. I don't even feel like it was enough attention was shown for OKC and what they were doing, which is probably why SGA didn't get, you know what I'm saying, the respect.
But like these are voters, you know what I mean? This isn't a casual fan. These are voters, so they're not supposed to be susceptible to that. And I guess my biggest issue with it is like I think this is probably be the best chance SGA has. I don't think he's gonna have another season where he's probably averaging 30 plus like this, being great defensively. Like his 2 running mates is gonna get better, so they're gonna score more points. His touches are probably gonna be decreasing as they transfer more into like the team. I just think this is his best year to do it. Kind of like when Devin had the number 1 seed and like he was averaging like 28 or 29 or some shit.
Yeah, like the window of opportunity is not going to get any bigger.
Bro, they're not going to have these crazy years every year like a Jokic. Because Jokic is the point forward, so he's literally always going to have assists and rebounds. If he's going to score 20 something plus because nobody is big enough to guard him. So like his stats will always be able to be in the running. Same with Giannis. It's just like, bro, I don't know. And then they threw Giannis off to the side. Like he didn't average shit damn near 32 and 12 on like 65% shooting.
Oh man, crazy!
Like he had that's the first time anybody's done that, I think, on that percentage. But yeah, shout out Luka.
Yeah,
they balled out next year. That's it for me.
Yeah. And speaking of the Nuggets, Timberwolves and Nuggets, Minnesota winning 4-3. I mean, it's hard to really tell what went wrong in this series. I mean, obviously Jamal Murray was hobbled, but I mean that's not really an excuse. He played. MPJ was a shell of himself. He wasn't making no shots.
Hey,
and I mean,
one might just say that he's just good against the Lakers.
Some people probably. I mean, I feel like a lot of the guys on the Nuggets like just they get up to play y'all, and then everybody else is kind of like, okay, this is a team, but.
Looked like Michael Porter Durant out there when he was playing us.
He'd be shooting over y'all. The Timberwolves, I mean, granted, Jaden McDaniels is guarding them, and then
he turned into Tony Snell.
I'm also not a fan of him. I'm gonna be honest.
I like his game,
but I think it's I don't know. I feel like he relies on like his game is easy. I feel like he's easy to guard.
Oh yeah, but I got. Like as crazy as it sounds, like his back injuries made him easier to guard because all he wants to do is shoot.
Step back, we can see that coming a mile away.
Yeah,
it's also his role though, so I don't know like how much that plays a point in it. Like he doesn't take too much off the dribble. I think ideally you would think he could because he's athletic. He may not be as athletic as like those mixtape days.
Yeah, but like back then where he really was Michael Porter Durant.
He's 6'10", 6'11", and he is athletic, like his head.
Yeah, he just don't get up. It's just like he not,
It's his role.
Yeah, it's definitely a role, but it's also just his physical limitations. Because I don't think he's going to be able to like.
I don't know if he got limitations. To be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, like 6'10", it don't take that much effort to Duke Dennis, the opposition, overdose. It don't take that much opposition to put that thing over the top, but. To try to do some like ant stuff where you're going through you're trying to get bodies, you hunting into the step back midi, like it's a lot going on there.
Yeah, man.
But I mean,
I don't know. The Timberwolves defense, perimeter wise, put Jamal Murray in hell most of the time. I mean, they made them work very hard, and finally, what somebody was able to do, which it seems like no team was able to do this consistently. They made Jokic guard. Made Jokic be in a position to where he had to be a rim protector, and he just failed miserably. Too many times they just had clean, free, open runs to the lane. Jokic wasn't doing shit. And Cat played a hell of a series on both sides of the ball.
Man.
Reputation saving almost.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I think Smith can probably attest to it. There was a time in Cat's career where people were just like, he's never getting it done. Like he's talented, but he's just not going to be that guy. And granted, in this situation is as a number 2 because I mean, Ant's Ant, but Cat definitely like brought his stock back up to where it should have been a long time ago. Like you're good. Like you can do a lot of things. Like show that to people.
And shit, and even still with this series, I think he can do more.
I feel like he took a lot of ill-advised shots though. I didn't like a lot of his
threes.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those shots were so questionable. Like I felt like especially as a big, I feel like forcing a 3 as a big is nasty work. Like I'm just being honest. Like watching him, like I'm talking about like forcing it. His shot selection was not the greatest for me. He could shoot though, man. I give him that. He could shoot for sure, but. I feel like his shot selection is what needs to change now, to be honest. Like there's a lot of games where he did not need to take the 3 and he would still take the 3. I don't know if does Cat have a post game?
So
his game is well rounded. He just loves his shot now.
Yes, bro. Like when he came into the league being so like it was him and Jaleel Okafor. Now Jaleel post game crazy. But he was like undersized, black hole, terrible on defense. But like their post game was comparable. Like Cat came in with a great post game. He has the ability to like score from the post, and he's athletic to take people off the dribble. Like he's taking wings off the dribble, like in this series. So it's just like, bro.
Yeah, but I say like with Cat is like because I yeah, it's like to the point of that he even like said as far as like he kind of fell into that whole like I want to be the best shooting big of all time narrative, which I mean respectfully I still don't. He's gonna do a lot of things in my eyes to be the best shooting big, but I mean
he said center. I thought, which is fair.
Yeah, he said center, but I mean it's like I mean. Well, technically, yeah, because I thought about it when he said it. I'm like, I can't say Dirk because technically Dirk's a 4, so it's like he kind of got that. I can give him that. But it's like as far as like him giving himself that moniker or that being his aspiration, he's falling in love with that jump shot more. Now, mind you, when it's falling, it's falling.
Oh no,
but
it's cash.
Yeah, but like you said, like he can take dudes off the dribble. He's shown it a few times over the past couple seasons. Like if you press up into him and you have to put it on the floor, it's not like a situation where it's like, oh, he's panicking. Like you might get a crossover, you might get a sham god. It's weird, but it's like his post game and everything else needs to come together for him to really take like that next step for the Timberwolves specifically to be like an upper echelon team. Because defensively, you can unlock that, or clearly like he's starting to unlock that.
Yeah, he was good this year. I know when people were talking about their defense, they would say Cat. I was like, I must not be watching Timberwolves because I thought he was bad.
Yeah, like
just wasn't trying, I guess. But
like past years, and I wouldn't say Finch is a defensive coach. I feel like Finch is just really like he's really in tune with like what his players are good at, and he tries to get the most out of them in every aspect. And I guess even McConnelly or O'Connelly or something like that, the guy that like got these picks or got these players, he saw something that I didn't even think was expected. As far as like he said, he built a team to counter the team that to counter the team he built in Denver. Yeah, and it was phenomenal construction. Like, because it ended up working out in their favor.
You know whose fault it is?
Whose fault is it?
Bro, listen. It's Rudy Gobert's fault.
Rudy Gobert's fault. Thank you. He is trash.
Let me tell you. Because he can't be anywhere else, so he doesn't allow Cat to operate in the post, but Cat can stretch the floor. So that's where he's at. So he.
Oh yeah.
Somebody tell me when the hell did Gobert get this weak ass Euro step thing he keep doing?
Oh, it was there. It was there in Utah. He just wasn't making it. Trust me, it was there in Utah. It was bad. It was bad then, and it's bad now.
Dog, how tall is Gobert?
7'2".
7'2". Yeah.
Oh, like. There's no excuse for you to be that bad offensively, bro. Like it's to the point where it's baffling, bro.
When you see that, like you're open with a mismatch in the paint at 7'2" and a guard's on you or a wing, and 100% of the time, well, 85 to 90% of the time, the ball handler doesn't look your way. Like Conley, Edwards, they'll just look you off because it's not a good possession. That's
he shouldn't have to put the ball on the floor. Why is he
at all?
He should not be having to put the ball on the floor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get something. Like if Gobert can give me a mid range, if he can give me a midi, he's dangerous.
Well, that ship has sailed. He's about 30 years old at this point.
Technically, the older he gets, he can add that midi. He just don't want to. He didn't add no midi.
Look at my man Al.
Shoot, Brook Lopez.
Look, yeah. Bro, he's getting older and developing a bucket now.
But both of those guys, especially Brook Lopez, came in the league as a post magician. Like
he had a nasty hook. So like
offensively, he was solid. And Al, like he built his 3-point shot, but Al has always been a significantly better offensive player than Rudy. Like Rudy's just the next, bro.
Dribbling off the dribble, pulling up. Bang.
Oh, I was so mad when he took off. He took some was it Kleber? Took Kleber off the dribble. I was so pissed off.
You feel scared, but like
Kleber off the dribble is they equal.
Added that to his bag as he got older. You feel what I'm saying? Like it just happened.
Rudy ain't out, man.
He ain't. He damn sure ain't. I would never be. Honestly, if Al hear this, I mean no disrespect to put you and him in the same sentence. I'm sorry. I don't care. He shouldn't even. The fact that he has like that rare award or that accolade
4 times or 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It pisses me off because if I gotta tell my son some history of the sport and I gotta mention Rudy Gobert with elite company in any type of situation, it's going to piss me off. Rudy Gobert is terrible.
I ain't gonna say he's terrible.
He's terrible.
He's a great defender. He's a great big defender.
He's very traditional, but I'm gonna be honest. Like if I jump into a time machine, and it's like, say I took Rudy back to like the Kembe and Alonzo Mourning were running around. Yeah, like Rudy's not even making it to the league. Like he's pulling us Sabonis. He's playing overseas for the majority of his career.
Well, I don't know. He's still a big ass body, but he's just like problem with Rudy don't want to bang with nobody. So he tries to use his wingspan. That's like why with Jokic he was having problems. So he's just trying to wait. I'm gonna just try to
Yeah, it's like
contest it, but like you gotta get listen.
Which kind of ironic. Like now that I think about it, it's like, how come Rudy doesn't get the same slander that these new age bigs get? Because I'm not gonna lie, Rudy's 7'2" and he don't bang with nobody. But the new age centers get ridiculed for coming in skinny. Rudy dang near built the same way.
Is acclimated to guard Jokic besides Embiid. And that's why Jokic has never had a 30-point game against Embiid.
Yeah.
So it's just like nobody else is simply heavy enough. Well, maybe a couple people. Maybe Andre Drummond, but like Andre, he kind of foul prone a little bit. But
Taco Fall was heavy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's not gonna play.
He's too clunky.
Yeah, they didn't give him a shot. And shit, he could be better than Rudy. As Rudy Gobert.
Taco better
than Rudy, man. I know that's ridiculous, but Rudy, I don't think Rudy is good at all, bro. I get it defensively, that's fine, bro. And I fully understand your point, Chris. I do.
No, I agree with you, bro.
He's ass. Okay,
because he's since he won the award 4 times, he's in the conversation with Mutombo and Ben Wallace. That's crazy.
That's disrespectful to Ben Wallace. I'm being honest.
And shit, Dwight won it 3 times, so he's winning more times than Dwight. Prime Dwight Howard, who as a defensive big took a team to the finals.
Man, with Rashard Lewis and JJ Redick.
Hold on, that day was hooping now. Hold
on. I'm just saying, like that was a crazy time. Like Rashard Lewis was really out there hooping.
Jamar Nelson, Hedo Turkoglu, bucket.
Features.
Yeah.
But what's next? Pacers getting swept
by the Celtics.
By the Celtics.
Yeah, they suck.
One word, Nimhard.
He played well, but listen, bro.
He gave us 30, bro.
That was the most fucking series I've ever seen. Because talking about fucking around, Boston didn't take them seriously until the last 2 minutes of the first game. Jalen said, "All right, let me go ahead and game you boys and tie it up."
Yeah, Siakam sitting there leading with his chest and shit. And
once they lost that game, I said, "Yeah, this series wasn't already over. It's definitely over. It's 5 now. Ended up being 4, but yeah, it's just no. The Pacers want to be what the Celtics are. They're just not as good at damn near every position.
I can see that. Not gonna lie, to be honest, I feel like they shouldn't have been the Celtics only sweep. But I mean, that's neither here nor there, to be honest.
That's the conference finals, right?
Yeah, conference finals.
Yeah, so at that point, it's like, okay, let's get these boys up out of here. we're you know what I mean? Like, it's not the first round, whatever, where you can kind of bullshit, or second round where it's like you might be playing an underman team. Like, no, we got the goal in mind now. Like, we see the finals in our view. Let's go get these boys up out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Light work.
I don't think there's too much to say about it.
Yeah, not
much I can really say. Honestly, but what I can say is that a lot of people believe that Halliburton would have
changed things.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I personally don't believe he would have because he has some great shots, but I feel like Nimhard was more difficult than Halliburton.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. When Drew got that, I think it was game 1 or game 2, when Drew literally bodied that man up the court and he was damn near in the laps of Doris Burke and Mark Davis or something. He knocked over the monitors, bro. That's how like little bro he got by Drew Holiday. I don't really think.
Oh, listen, we're gonna talk about how strong built body Drew is, because he puts a lot of bigger dudes under the rim. A lot of
rim under the also,
bro. Like
Siakam could have changed a lot. Siakam could have saved them from getting swept.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
No, all he had to do was foul Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, foul on that 3-point. Yeah,
foul him. Jalen Brown, even if it was a 3, he got 3 shots. Jalen Brown
would have missed a free throw. Yeah,
like he's missing one.
He would have missed one of them.
If not both. So all 3. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen.
Siakam should have left the Pacers and went to somewhere else. But I know he just resigned, but shit.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see him with the Warriors. That'd have been cool. But that's neither here nor there, though. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not much to even comment on that series.
Yeah.
Wasn't even.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think it with this Mavs and Timberwolves, honestly. I mean, outside of the fact that the Timberwolves are going to be there for a long time.
I mean, it was I was actually surprised that the Mavericks got them out of there like they did. I thought the perimeter defense would bother them more than it did, but I don't know. I guess the personnel is slightly different.
Yeah. Well, the main thing that killed them was to remedy a lot of things. You had Rudy Gobert in drop coverage against two of the best mid-range shooters still playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're getting cooked. Rudy was doing the salsa on the 3-point line with Luka. You let Luka spin you around like a dreidel.
Yeah, I'm not going.
And he banged it.
If I'm McDaniels, I gotta be honest. I don't care that they're doing a pick. Like, I'm not switching.
I'm sticking that, bro. I'm not putting Rudy on that island.
Yeah, it's like 10 seconds left. He's not gonna shoot it. Well, he might have, but I'm thinking he's not gonna shoot it with 10 seconds left. Just when he gets like a slight second to off the switch, like he's gonna size me up a little bit. So I'm gonna fight through this and not just give this switch up because, good God.
Like, this dude Luka saw Rudy on the perimeter and his eyes lit up.
Barbecue.
I've never seen Luka move that fast in my life. That man said, boom.
Yeah,
Slovenian chicken.
Another situation where I'm not switching. I'm giving up. I'm doubling. I'm giving up the 2.
Yeah, but I said, like, it seems like you got to ice it. Like, you really have to ice it.
I don't care if it's a 3 available. Anybody but Luka is shooting it.
Man. Because he knows for making them BS heaves too.
Like, if you're gonna leave Rudy on the switch, okay, fine. But then when he starts dancing, you gotta send somebody help. Like, fuck. Man. You're gonna literally leave him out there on an island? What do you expect?
Man. Dude, Rudy, he reached for the ground, touched the earth, got back up, spun around, thought the shot was out. The shot wasn't even out yet. Then the shot went out over his head. All net, like, it was. I
mean, if you pause it at the right moment, you might be able to make it look like a decent contest.
I am saying like Rudy's gonna. I feel like Rudy probably can say like, oh well, I mean,
it was relatively there.
Yeah. Like, my hand did get up a little bit. I mean, one arm is like what? Well, one arm is 8 inches. So I mean, it was there.
But yeah, I don't know. The Timberwolves. They're interesting because, like, I don't know if Cat really. There's no reason in my mind why he shouldn't have played amazing against the Mavericks, and he didn't. So I don't know where they go from here. Ant's the guy, but I'm not so sure that Cat is the solidified number 2. They might need another jump from Jaden if he can do it, or maybe somebody else. I don't know, because Mike is getting old too. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, Anthony's got to learn. There were too many times in that series where he left a lot on the table. It felt like there were times where, like, it felt like he was thinking too much. He'd have like a midi that he could take, and he wouldn't. He would like dribble it back out. Like, he would get in deep position and then dribble it back after the 3-point line. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, take a mid range, post up, reset, do something, but don't like bail the defense out by resetting.
Yeah. But, guess we can not kind of get to the meat. The meat potatoes of the whole bracket.
Yes, indeed.
What just ended with Boston 4-1 in the Garden.
Let me just go out and say the Celtics.
Yeah, let your man go first. I know what y'all like to say.
We had one of the most dominating seasons in NBA history. Let me just say that.
Facts.
Yeah, can't lie there.
Let me get it out the way. Secondly, I knew this was happening. Honestly, I thought we was gonna get him out of there in 4.
Should have been in 4 to me.
I feel like we should have got him out of there in 4. Let me just get this clear right now. Tatum definitely 100% should have won Finals MVP. 100%. He led us in every fucking category.
He led you in those categories because of the 2 high point games that he had, but he also had 3 bad games.
But my thing is so what game was it? Was the bad game that we're referring to?
Okay, that you know what? That's actually fair.
Would it tend to be the one they lost, or would it be game 2?
I'm gonna give it correction. That's fair. Tatum didn't have a bad game, but he got his stats up there because he had 2 games where he shot well or scored well. He didn't score well in the other 3. He had some turnovers in the other ones. And Jalen was guarding Luka the whole time and still was scoring. That's also that I'm sure that had a lot to play in their decision. Like, bro is picking up Luka 94 feet every possession, fighting through every screen and literally winning. Like, Jalen Brown was unscreenable. It felt like.
Oh, yo, shoot! JB even said, like, "Hey, if Luka ain't coming out, leave me in."
Yeah, and bro, he said if Luka gives the ball up, he's not getting it back. Like, bro was fighting hard and still scoring. Like, bro, I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. Game 4, he did not do that. But
nobody did anything.
Yeah.
Tatum had 28, 30.
No, he didn't. Tatum had like 10 or 15 points.
In the game,
yeah, the one y'all shot yourselves out of, I don't think anybody was like cooking, bro.
Anything, bro. I'll check it though to make sure, but shit.
Yeah. At least to my knowledge, I don't think anybody really
had 15 points.
Yeah,
and Jalen Brown had 10 points.
Yeah, well, okay. My correction.
Everybody was bad,
but the closer though, JT showed up.
So 10 and 15. I mean, that's 2 more shots, I guess.
And then people hate. What was it? Was it game 2? Game 2? Game 2, people had a lot to say about JT. Because he did shoot terrible.
He shot 6 for 22.
Yes, but but look at the numbers in total though.
No, he rebounded well and he assisted well, but I mean at the same point in time, Jalen had more points. He didn't have as many assists, but he had some assists, and then once again he's still.
How many assists did Tatum have that game?
12.
He was a board away. Correct me if I'm wrong, from a triple double.
Yeah, but he didn't get it. So like.
But I'm saying though, that's still impressive numbers.
No, you're 100% right, but that's also the game that Drew had. That was Drew's legacy game.
Oh, Drew was out there open.
Oh, I mean, it was kind of overshadowed.
The whole finals, to be honest with you, Drew was different the whole finals.
No facts. I don't know who that.
Like the, and I've seen obviously all about. He was
everywhere.
He was putting Kyrie, whoever in front of PJ.
He put PJ under the rim a couple times. I said, yo, like them down. I said,
no, literally supposed to be smaller.
Yeah. And this little boy, a big. Yeah, bro. I saw it too. I was like, what is this?
That boy Drew really a center for
seeing how we played. It gave me so much respect for Mazzulla.
Yeah. I mean, he had to have got them prepared.
The gameplay, first of all, I'm gonna say right now, it was the reason I was never worried about the Mavericks, and this is just me being completely bluntly honest. I'm not worried about Kyrie Irving.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm not too worried about Kyrie Irving. Due to the fact that I know what Kyrie Irving can do when it matters.
He was with y'all and y'all lost in the first round, so you don't actually know based on that.
I mean, but even still, I think it was 1 year. I don't know what year, but
you had him for 1 year.
He shot us out the game, out the series.
He didn't shoot you out the series because because a lot of those games he was getting guarded by. I know which one you're talking about. He was getting guarded by Eric Bledsoe, who was first team all defense that year, and a dog. Eric was probably the best defender in the league that year. I don't know what that was, and it was the Bucks, bro. Like you gotta.
Eric was teed up.
You know, crazy.
I'm just saying, bro.
That.
Like it's not an excuse, but like. He just happens to like run into these elite ass defenses where it's like, bro, he has Eric Bledsoe, then behind him he has Giannis and fucking Brook Lopez, and then you got Chris Middleton. Like,
yep. But that's that right there because we've talked about that before. Eric Bledsoe being on Kyrie and how great defensively Bledsoe was. That's what let me know. I'm like, we have Drew, and even if we have Derek White.
No facts. I mean, Kyrie missed. Kyrie was missing shots though in the first. Like, y'all were definitely playing him tough, and they definitely allowed y'all to play physical with him a little more than I would have liked. Since he's a smaller person, probably the smallest person on the court besides Pritchard. But I mean, he was missing shots, and he had a couple of good games.
I'm not saying Kyrie is.
I know you're not saying
he ain't Tim Hardaway now, but
we're not gonna talk about Tim.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway, man.
Tim got himself out of rotation.
Yeah, literally. To a dude who really can't shoot like that.
To Dante Exum.
First of all, let's be clear. Dante Exum was a bucket this series. Am I like are we bucket? Especially game 4? He went crazy.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm saying, but as far as like think about it, like as far as I think during the year, it's like Exum was like serviceable, but I mean everybody knew that like Exum was like 10th, 11th man.
I like
Lively. I ain't gonna lie. Lively is going to be really good for a long time to me because like I'm not gonna lie. Him shooting that corner 3, I feel like because obviously a lot of people don't look at like the combine and stuff like that.
I remember that video. He was smacking them threes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a lot of people forgot about the fact that like he ranked really high as far as like bigs shooting that year because that's why his stock went up as high as it did because they were like, oh, he can shoot too, like he's that big with a chop. But when it came to Dallas, it's like obviously you're playing with shooters, so you're not gonna ask Lively to shoot the 3. But him shooting
apparently playing with shooters.
Well, apparently, like he's supposed to be playing with great shooters, but things happen.
Hitting shit.
Yeah, so it's like Lively hitting. Mm-hmm.
That's funny. What he But let me tell you, your boy. It could now. This is me. Me. You know how I am, Chris.
Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Before you say this,
I'm like, I've lost so much respect for the L man, dog.
But he's not my boy though. You know this. I like Luka. But I'm quite.
This is with your top because I think you put Luka in your top 5 in the league.
I did, and I still have him there. I can't take him out of it. But no, I did lose a lot for him too because the lack of effort, the complaining on defense, like that's a big thing to me. I mean, people don't want to say this. To me, it's like I have my reasons on why they lost to the Boston Celtics. Like 3 like very important big basketball reasons. I don't know if I get to them, but maybe I'll tell them after you.
No, I'm listening, bro.
All right, so basketball reason 1. Luka's a cone on defense. I don't know. I don't want to make an excuse. It's weird because like either every team that played him before the finals is incompetent, or he was hurt. But
a mix of both. I feel like it's that.
But I'm saying I can't give him an excuse of that because like when he dropped 40 and 30 or whoever, he was fine. I can't like you can't be healthy when you're getting buckets and then hurt when you're getting cooked. But it's just like he was a cone. And then defensively, the Mavericks they swarm and they like what's the word I want to use? They collapse on the ball. Like that was one of their strengths on defense. You don't want to do that against the Celtics. Celtics have questionable finishers at the rim. If I were them, I would have never helped off of Jason Tatum. Not one time. I would have if he's going to average 40, then let him average 40. But getting him these assists and so they can get open 3-point shots, that's just not. There were times, especially in game 1, he wasn't even looking to score at the rim. He was just driving because he knew that they were going to collapse. Just completely commit
Just carving them up.
Yeah, and then he would just make the open pass. And it's just like, bro, you really don't. And Scooter knows this. It's not really an insult. I mean, it's a fact because like as much as Scooter wants to say this, he saw Tatum was still smoking layups in the finals. Like they were. No, I'm not. You got to hear me out.
Bro. No. I'm saying like I agree. I saw it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, you got to prove to me that you can finish at the rim consistently. So I wouldn't have helped. Now it's very liable that he might have cooked was PJ and Kleber, who seemed to be guarding him a lot of the time. But I don't want to give Boston open 3-point shots. That's what I don't want to do.
Especially Kleber shots.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, like I understand how y'all play. Yeah. Like, y'all gotta fix this.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, Luka's being a ball hog. 100%.
Black hole for sure.
A completely at the ball. Yeah, a complete black hole. Like that's to me, that's the reason they lost. It reminded me like way back when the Thunder played the Warriors and Russ and KD started sharing the ball and went up 3-1 when they started playing team basketball and then stopped and then they lost. There was a Clay game in there somewhere, game 6, whatever. But yeah, it's just like, bro, what was it, game 6? I think when they started making that run, Scooter, where they were like moving the ball, like Derrick Jones had like 2 buckets. Oh, y'all move the ball. It's almost like your guys can make shots and make plays if they touch the ball. Like they're not shooters. Like Derrick Jones, PJ Washington, they're not spot up shooters. So they need rhythm. Let them touch the ball. Maybe run a post up for PJ Washington because he gets a mismatch almost every time.
Yeah.
Relatively. Drew's not that much of a mismatch for people, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you gotta move the ball.
He can get a height difference.
Yeah, seeing Luka with at least a double.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, it was weird because like he was being a ball hog to me, but he wasn't looking to score every time. So it's just like, okay, Boston is saying we're not going to collapse on you.
Right.
We're not going to double you, whatever. But it seemed like whenever Luka wanted to score, it seemed like he could get to the rim because he was just too big.
I feel like he's gonna get. Like I said, he's gonna get his, bro.
Yeah, so I'm just like, bro,
he's a big body, bro, and he's getting down. Once he get down to the mid range, it's damn near 98% going through for sure.
And didn't it feel weird when he would like not do that and settle for a chucked up 3?
He just shot air balls. It was crazy.
I think they said he was 1 for 21 for his last 21 threes in the finals. He made one. Like those are such bad decisions.
Bro.
And it was weird. And it was weird. And it was weird considering like with like the Mavericks Timberwolves series. There were certain times where like they said that there's 2 times where they said like whenever he played faster, it was so much more. He looked so much more comfortable. The teams were so much more like on their toes because he doesn't really play that fast all the time. Against Boston, it was kind of like a mix of he wasn't moving the ball, and then on top of that, his decision making reverted back to what it was in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. He was very slow to make his usual reads, and then his read that he made was some bullshit. So it's like it was just not the best.
I don't think you want to play fast with Boston because that's what they did in game 1, and they got booed the fuck out.
Oh yeah,
because Boston's like, "Oh, you want to run with us? Oh, we finna." Yeah, Boston gets up like 3, 4, 5, and you know that 3 is coming, and then they up by 8. You know that other 3 is coming. Then it's double digits. Then it just snowballs, and it's like, "Oh shit, that's over. The game is over. We're down by 25." Like so. But it was weird watching because I always felt like I always felt that Luka could get a good shot whenever he wanted. That's the thing that I loved about watching the Nuggets play. They lost to the Timberwolves, but the Nuggets never took a shot that they weren't comfortable with. Whether it was like, okay, if we have to take a difficult shot, it's going to be a difficult shot by either Jokic or Jamal. If we get corner 3s or whatever, it's going to be by our corner 3 guys. Or if like maybe we give Aaron Gordon a driving lane. Like it's never just bullshit. Like everyone's taking the shots within their role.
Yeah, strategic.
And Luka was just throwing some bullshit up. Like, and it felt
now, granted, he's made it in the past, but this is Boston.
Conditioning, bro. It felt
this is Boston.
It felt like it was conditioning. Like he didn't have the energy to drive in the paint and play defense, so he's just chucking up 3s. That's what it felt like.
But that's still on him for not.
No, absolutely.
Not getting
absolutely. And people want to give Kyrie shit and I hear you. Kyrie struggled from the from the field shooting wise. Kyrie was not making defensive mistakes. Kyrie was not getting back on defense. Like he just didn't shoot well. You know what I mean? Like he had a couple of games where he shot relatively well, where they had chances to win. But like I don't know, people are gonna look at the stats and be like, Luka played well. I don't think he did. I know Tucker would be one of those people. I'm not one of them.
I'm not gonna lie. There was only like a few. I mean, there's a couple of possessions that I can think of off the top of my head. Like the pass where I think it might have been Tatum. Like he whizzed the pass past Kyrie's head, and like he was looking for the ball like an extra 10 seconds. That was a messed up problem.
And that I know which play it was that corner three.
Yeah,
it was such a perfectly timed. Like Kyrie's in the right spot, positioned right. He literally just happened to look over in a split second, and in that split second, I don't even think Jason did it off of when he saw him look. I think he just decided to pass.
Oh, yeah, he just threw it, and it so happened to like be like like before Kyrie even knows like where's like he knew where it was going, but like he still kind of was like it took him a minute to really process.
Well, because by the time he turned his head, the ball was just nowhere in his sight, so he knew it was behind him.
Yeah, it was like that. That was like I get that. I'd say that was on him. It was a couple.
I don't want to say that quote mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of mistake. The only mistakes I could say he made was there was a couple times Jalen Brunson was like wide open, where it was like you could tell that was probably Kyrie's assignment, and like Kyrie just wasn't anywhere near him.
I'm willing to bet that's Luka, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know. It could have been bad communication, but it was also like at that point, it's like, shoot. I mean, if we're thinking about who's gonna run out to Jalen Brown in a foot race, who you got? Like you got Luka running out to him, or you got Kyrie?
But if it's your guy, you have to do it. Like, if you watch how the defense is operating, a lot of times Kyrie is like pushing people into the right spot. You're literally like pushing Luka, pushing PJ, like go here, telling Lively to switch or whatever, this and that. Sometimes it didn't happen. But like Kyrie, a lot of times looked like he was trying to dictate the defense, and we weren't on the same page. And I'm probably gonna side with the guy that's actually communicating that as opposed to the guy that's not. Like Luka, I mean, bro, like so many rotations that he would just miss. Like you're gonna gamble and then not get back to the backside rotation. So then it's like, okay, well, what are we doing here? Not getting in. Oh man, I could go all in on Luka. I know that.
Yeah,
Scooter wants me to. I think I've said enough. Tatum won his first chip.
Yeah.
And that's great for him. I never once said that he wasn't a top player. So I don't think that this chip moves him into the realm that Scooter wants me to move him in.
He should be in your top 5. That's where I want him to be.
Top 5.
I want him to be in your top 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need him over Ant-Man.
I can see that as fair right now.
I would think about it. I feel
like Chris is probably thinking like he's top 6, maybe maybe top 7.
Tatum did in the finals. You know why I respect what Tatum did in the finals?
What's up?
Because granted, yes, he was not hitting, but he still contributed crazy to the team.
100%.
Still had great defense. Still was facilitating. He became a playmaker.
He absolutely did.
He didn't just start chucking. And, he already had shot himself out of the shot crazy.
Yeah.
He never lost us with his shooting. Like he didn't lose us the game with bad when he shot bad. He still kept
the games weren't close because Mavs weren't getting blasted.
But still, he still facilitated the ball. 12 assists. They scored. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 for 22, but 12 assists.
No, you listen. I'm not saying anything bad about Tatum. Top 5, I'd have to think about it. I don't even know if I had Ant-Man over him, to be honest.
You did last we checked. Last we talked, you said you had I know
I had Shea. I know I had Shea.
SGA. You said SGA.
I still got Shea.
You said Joel Embiid.
I probably still have Joel Embiid.
Who else did you
I think Ant was the last name.
It was probably Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, SGA. And then I probably had Ant-Man, and then Tatum. But no, Tatum can be better than Ant-Man.
I could have sworn you had Luka in there.
Oh, I did say Luka. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I still have Luka over Tatum. Yeah, I do. I still have Luka over Tatum.
I feel like
he's a better player.
See, that's the thing, though. I feel like offensively, but if I think I'm all around, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like I don't see nobody wanting to ever attack Tatum like niggas is about to attack.
No,
Luka.
you're absolutely right, and Luka is going to have to deal with that. But here's the thing: he held his own on defense the first three series, and like he played more dynamic scores than the two guys that you have. Maybe not better scores, but more dynamic. Like Tatum is 6'10", relatively athletic, but he's not like super wiggly. Like Ant Edwards is a dynamic athlete, like MJ level athlete. Like that's a dynamic scorer, and like they didn't attack him, so either they're incompetent or Luka held up a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. But like you want to say better overall player, like the only thing in my opinion that Jason Tatum does better overall is defense. Now if you want to break,
you said that's a big thing for you.
it is, but like there's more facets because like scoring, playmaking, defense. If I want to just break it down into three, I guess. But if you want to break it down into more facets, then yes, Jason Tatum's a better defender, a better 3-point shooter. But if I just put it all in one, I think Luka's a better scorer, facilitator, and then Tatum is a better defender. But I will say Tatum being able to play different roles, even though it's the same team, same organization, different coaches, but still same like front office. That's important too, because like he made the finals being like more of the focal point offensively, like averaging 30, 40, I feel like, especially when he had that game 6 against the Bucks. And this one he was playing more of a point forward role. So like that does deserve credit. So top 5.
I don't have Ant-Man over him, bro.
I'll be fine with that. Yeah, that's fine.
That's it. Even if Tatum was at 5, bro. Like
no, he will be at 5 because I just can't get there with him being better than
Embiid and whatnot.
I hate the fact that I have Embiid in front of him. I can't not have Embiid. Embiid is a better player. He's never healthy. He does dumb shit. He foul baits, but Embiid is a better player. I can't get.
But yeah, it's about this. I mean, obviously, like it's like you kind of gotta look at when they're locked in too, and it's like Embiid locked in. It's like
Embiid is an MVP, Defensive Player of the Year type player on both sides of the ball when he's locked in. Like the only person in the league that can probably guard the best player in the league, and nobody can guard him. He just plays so dumb, and he's not healthy a lot of the time. But no, I'll give you Tatum over Ant because I mean Ant struggled more against the same team. You know what I mean? But like
I feel like Luka should have did what Tatum did, and they would have been more successul.
But the thing is that didn't work because your entire game plan was we're not helping off. You didn't double Luka not once. I don't think you didn't help off.
I think we started doubling him when he got down mid range though, because we knew that was, and we knew we knew that outside of Kyrie, whoever he kicking it to, it was a 50-50 bucket. I mean, you just said PJ Washington's not shooting like that.
He sure wasn't.
Derrick Jones, that's Derrick Jones. He's not shooting like that. Who else they got out there? I can think of outside of Kyrie that's going to shoot.
Green, was it Green?
Yeah, Josh Green.
He was in the last game.
Definitely, he was actually solid. He actually gave a couple buckets, a putback. He was actually solid, but that's still not something like we're not losing to him.
Yeah. No, you're not worried about that. If he wins them a game, then you just got to tip your hat off.
Yeah, you got that, bro. Him, oh boy, what's it? Kleber was a shooter. I don't know what the fuck. He wasn't shooting this.
My problem with him is he must have made a decision early, like when he came in, like I'm not gonna shoot. He didn't shoot. I thought I've seen him play before. He used to
game 4.
Oh yeah, the shoulder injury that he got, I believe it was against the Thunder. Mm-hmm. Like the shoulder injury he got in that series, mentally I think cooked him to where like once he returned, like everyone's. I think he took A3. I don't know what game it was, but he took A3.
Game 4 he banged it.
Yeah, like he took that one shot and it was kind of like I have to shoot it type of thing. But as far as like how he usually plays, that shoulder injury was like lingering on some of those closeouts where he felt like maybe he had to like worry about how he'd fall or whatever. Like he wasn't taking nothing that wasn't butt open, like butt naked open. Like he wasn't taking none of that.
Yeah,
but I mean, listen, man, Kyrie. Listen, I love the renaissance for Kyrie. Everybody wants to hate on Kyrie, like the rest of the playoffs didn't happen. like we can't give Boston the credit and then try to shit on Kyrie. At least fully on both sides. You got to give him credit. Like Boston can't be this great defense, and then Kyrie can't just shit the bed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason like he was struggling. Like you guys have 3 all NBA pro level defenders and a really, really good defender in Jason Tatum and a rim protector, an elite rim protector in Kristaps Porzingis, especially if you don't have somebody that's going to like bang with him and put him under the ring.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Really make him work.
yeah. And then it's like, I don't know if it was like it was tired, but like Kyrie, I don't know if maybe like Al Horford's just quicker than I thought he was. But like Kyrie,
Al Horford was guarding Luka.
Al Horford's got and getting a hand in it like good. And I was like
Al. I mean, bro,
Al's reflexes are actually fairly good.
I get that, but I'm saying like Al couldn't guard LeBron like at all. And it's just like LeBron is not quicker than Kyrie, so I'm confused.
Al can't guard Bam.
That's I think I feel like guys that like punch Al in the mouth, he can't handle that. But if you're just like doing a bunch of nothing in front of him, Al can stand in front of that, and it's
LeBron
weird.
was blowing past. Man, I mean, listen, he had no answer, and I know it's obviously that's LeBron.
Yeah, so I feel like Embiid was kind of like in that same realm, but it was like Al Horford used to put Embiid in hell, and it was confusing. And it was confusing because it's like, bro, you're letting Al shuffle with you at the top of the key, and it's like,
give the ball up, get your big ass in the paint, and go to work.
Yeah,
Al's just not big enough to guard you. But I think if I was Mark Cuban, I would be doing everything I can to get Paul George to the Mavericks.
they definitely need they need a star-studded shooting.
The fact that could we please check about Game 1 Porzingis, please?
Oh yeah,
Let me please talk about the performance that was.
It just made me remember that y'all got 4 All-Stars. That's all that did for me. I was like, oh yeah, you guys have 4 All-Stars and Derek White in your starting lineup. I forgot.
KP really turned back the clock in Game 1. He couldn't
I
miss.
don't know about turn back the clock because he averaged 20 this year. He just got hurt.
Yeah, it was like at that point. It's like, 'cause I feel like even in a weird way, like I feel like the Wizards kind of got him his respect back because people would
play like that.
Yeah, like people were shitting on him in Dallas, like cause that's because Rick Carlisle had him sitting in the corner, like he was just fucking Dwight Howard or something.
Yeah, or maybe it was Luka, because Luka
could have been that too. Yeah,
I'm saying it might have been Luka.
It might have been.
Yeah, it's like he went to Washington. Playing out there with Kuzma. I mean, obviously they weren't going to make nothing shake, but I mean, Kristaps was.
I just feel like people are afraid to blame Luka negatively because he's the
stats. Because he has the stats, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see a triple double, it's like it can't be him.
Yeah,
it just can't be him. But they are missing the mistakes and certain things he did, like especially in the finals, falling out.
Oh, for sure.
In a very important game.
Yeah. Ty Turner
changes the series if they win that.
Yeah.
If that's the thing. So fouling out in that game was a game 3, y'all first game home, fouling out in a game like that. That's the part where it's like, okay, bro, like, okay, well, we see that he's human. I feel like the finals showed how human Luka actually is, and that's probably the most negative media attention he's probably gotten ever since he's been in the league.
Yeah.
People attacking him defensively. They're making compilations of you getting blown by on social media. Like they're lining it up. Set the screen, Luka, boop, right by, straight to the cup.
Yeah, no,
and they gotta guard Porzingis. So you damn near gotta guard Al at the 3. So he's not gonna have much help from a big man unless you're gonna give up the corner 3 or the kick out, which we're known for. So you're going to guard
bad on rotations. When he misses his rotations, he causes. Bro, there were too many times that he missed the rotation, and Kyrie literally had to switch on to Tatum or Porzingis.
And it's like he has no assignment.
And I'm just like, oh, y'all really got Kyrie on this 7-2 monster.
Yeah, and it's not fair. Kyrie was guarding Porzingis more than anybody.
He's trying to, man. Oh.
And Porzingis is literally standing there over the top, bang! Didn't even look like he was trying. Especially game 1, he went ballistic.
Yeah, the game 1.
Game 1, he went ballistic.
when he walked into that three, I said, "Oh yeah, this is."
Bro, he went ballistic. But I feel like this just showed me a lot about Luka.
Yeah, it's definitely something where it's like, yeah, a lot of these guys definitely. Probably might have been like this is like the whole playoff, like the entirety of like the playoffs. Like there's a lot of teams where it's like some guys don't get tested, and then once you see them like really put into a scenario where it's like, okay, like this ain't happening for you, so what do? You learn a lot about these players. And with Luka, I mean, we knew his defense was bad.
He's a coach,
but yeah, we knew it was bad.
Bro. Like, and I go lie, I used to think my issue with a starter that I felt like had bad defense was Jokic.
Right.
And I used to always be like, bro, he's so great, but his defense is terrible.
But the issue with the difference between Luka and like Jokic or even like Steph Curry when he was younger is Jokic. Besides the Timberwolves series, he was bad defensively in the Timberwolves series. But Jokic and Steph Curry are not making defensive mental mistakes.
Yeah,
they're always where they need to be. Team defense,
their positioning makes up for it because even if they're not stopping them, they're still in front of the guy.
And it's like, yeah, bro, like Jokic may not be a rim protector, but at the end of the day, he's still 6'10", 6'11", and what people don't talk about, Jokic is quick as shit.
Yeah.
No, like quick as hell. Like his first step at 280 is he's blowing past any big that's in front of him. He's blowing past AD. He's blowing past Bam. Like I've seen it. So he's gonna be there. Steph is like yeah, he's gonna get cooked in ISO, but like rotations, he's gonna be there. Luka's missing rotations. He's not giving effort. It looks worse when you're doing all that. Even like James Harden, who was notoriously known for being bad on defense, when he had his championship level teams, he was guarding, locked in.
Yeah.
And like James was athletic, so like he's not getting blown by. So it's just like, bro, this looks so bad. Like if you know you're not quick enough to like, I'm not saying give Tatum and Brown an open shot, but give yourself some cushion. You up under them like they're not gonna blow right past you. You're trying to force them into help, but that's just what they want, so they can collapse your defense and then get an open three. It was like clockwork. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I thought they killed Derek White.
Oh, I don't know, bro. His teeth, bro. Good Lord.
That shows you just how bad we wanted that, bro.
His teeth were slanted in his mouth, bro. And he said, I will lose all my teeth for a championship.
It don't matter. He's a champion.
He was in the dentistry.
So, bro, listen.
Man.
Shout out to Brad. Let's start there, man. Shout out to Brad.
No, shout out to Brad. He
building that team is incredible. People saying we a super team. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's what they want to say. I feel like we're just a well-oiled machine. Great pieces. Selfless guys.
It looked crazy now that we hear that the league allowed y'all to get Drew and Kristaps. Looks crazy.
Yeah. In the same offseason.
But again, obviously, okay, so here's the thing. Drew was pretty much shipped off for Dame.
Yeah, facts.
Which was to me a crazy mistake. But
Portland, giving Drew to y'all, I thought it was I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, and no offense, it was in exchange for Robert Williams.
Interest in Brogdon.
Hey, for Brogdon and Rob, right?
Yeah, Brogdon and Rob. Yeah, I believe. I think it was. Was it a 3-team deal? I think I can't remember. But
actually, I think it was a straight up. Because I think at first it might have been like a straight up deal between Portland and Milwaukee. But then y'all came in and was like, "Oh, well, we'll send y'all this, and you can just give Drew to us." And then I think that's kind of it. It might have went that way, unless Drew got bought out. I can't really recall.
I believe Drew got bought out, bro.
Yeah.
And he signed with Boston.
Yeah, or at least they made it like a sign and trade, and then eventually, like y'all end up sending them some stuff, and then that was how it worked out.
I don't think he was bought out.
No,
it was either Boston got added to the trade or they did a sign and trade.
No, Portland traded Holiday to the Celtics for Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay. So he got traded for crumbs. So that's how that happened. And then The Porzingis is
that was straight up.
one. But again, Porzingis wasn't even viewed crazy highly before the Celtics.
But which is crazy
how he
though,
is.
because like PDP said, he had a great year in Washington.
He was balling in Washington.
We've been honest, all three of them had a great year in Washington. Kuzma, Bill, and Porzingis all had, I mean, Bill missed some time, but they all had a great year.
Yeah.
They were like a 11 seed or whatever. I mean, and that's fair because none of them are a one option. Probably none of them are a two, maybe besides Bill on the right situation. But yeah. Kuzma, Porzingis can be on great teams. But I mean, I think your team looks, like I said, y'all look really unbeatable because then no one could attack that weakness. But I mean, there's only a few teams that could do that anyway, so we'll see. But it is hard to repeat. There's a reason that hasn't been a repeat champion since.
I'm a firm believer in the repeat, bro.
I mean, you can't beat the Nuggets. Tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. Listen,
I do think we beat Denver.
Listen, Scooter, I'm trying to tell you over there on the East, where it's fine and dandy. You don't get to see this. You don't get to see this Serbian month.
We did lose both games
twice.
We did lose. They didn't act like they just put belt to ass. They didn't do that.
Here's the thing. They don't have to. They did to y'all what they do to the Lakers 11 games straight. I'm trying to tell you. Right, they play great basketball. No, you wouldn't have. You know why? No, I'm being serious. You wouldn't have figured it out because no one can guard Jokic. If you can't guard Jokic, it doesn't matter. I really don't. I gotta be honest. I don't know how Karl Anthony Towns guarded Jokic. That's the only, in my opinion, that's the only way they won, was that they were able to guard him relatively decently after those 2 40-point games he had. Because games 3 and 4, where he whooped their ass in Minnesota, he looked historic. Like, yeah, if you can't guard him, you can't beat them.
I think my boy Porzingis would have gave at least some type of better effort, especially in the playoffs.
Here's the thing. It's not about heart, Scooter. I've literally watched Jokic put AD, Gobert, Bam,
AD trash.
Nurkic.
Who?
Nurkic.
Yeah, Nurkic.
Big body. Who they play in the playoffs last year? Who they play in the playoffs last year?
Don't sleep on Al either. Like Al just some pushover, man. Don't sleep on Al.
Bro, he's putting Al in the rim.
I've seen Al give Giannis that work, bro.
Giannis is not Jokic.
He's a brute force, bro.
He's a brute force. Jokic has a 99 Purple Hall of Fame shooting touch. If he gets into that spot, and PTP knows what spot I'm talking about, right above that free throw line, it's going in.
Oh yeah. He getting that little in between. He get the spinning and shit.
All we gotta do is switch some matchups up. Telling you, we putting belt the ass, man.
Listen, I hear you, Rodney High, and you, as you should, you win a championship. But right now we're just talking about matchups. Y'all cannot guard Jokic.
No, nobody can though.
And that's why he can't win.
But
yes,
you can't guard Luka either.
It's a different type of situation.
How? They damn their numbers is damn near identical. Outside of rebounds.
Because it's about how you're getting your buckets. You may be right that it looks the same, but if a 6'10", 6'11" guy is literally continuously backing you down and getting shots at the rim, you're going to help. Because those percentages, like that goes from like 40, maybe 50 if Luka's hot, to 60 and 70. You cannot live with
doubling him.
Who?
Luka was getting blazing.
What I'm saying is Luka shooting 40%, 30, 40%, 50% if he's hot. Jokic will shoot 60 and 70% if you don't help. So you cannot allow the main offensive focal point to shoot 70% at the rim. He's going to have 40 or 50 points. You're going to lose.
They just can't get past Cat.
I don't know it either. I watched it.
Yeah.
BTP, hey, come on, you seen it.
I might say that's the crazy fun thing about like basketball. It's like certain guys, it's like
certain matches.
Yeah, certain teams you just won't get it.
I can't stand Bam. It's not a soul on our team that can guard Bam Adebayo. Why? I don't know. Bam is almost automatic when he play against Boston. Almost automatic when he play against Boston, especially on Al. Al is literally irrelevant as if he's not even there when when he's guarding Bam. Bam is over the top of Al, who's crazy because Al is got like 3 to 4 inches on.
Yeah, I'm about to say Al dang near 7 foot.
And he's getting.
For Al is not 7 feet tall.
He said he's like 6'10".
Yeah, but he's like 6'10", 6'11" in shoes.
Bam is like 6'8". It's like 2. They both under.
Yeah. She ain't gonna lie. Most places got Bam listed as 6'7".
I don't know. I don't know if he's shorter than LeBron. That would be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like wingspan wise, wingspan make most of these niggas look bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Or with shoes or whatever, something like that.
All I know is, listen, the Nuggets are a problem. They're going to be a problem.
They'll definitely be back. That's a matchup I still want to see in the finals. Hopefully, hopefully next year they get it done.
Yeah, they're going to the West next year. I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. I think they got a little complacent. Jamal Murray was a little hurt.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna lose players over there in Denver.
Who?
There's no contracts up over there.
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody's up yet because I think Aaron re-upped. Jamal's there for at least maybe a year, another season or two. Jokic is locked up. KCP's a free agent, I think. Yeah.
Okay, no, they lose
KCP, I think is the only person they can possibly lose this offseason.
He can get a bag somewhere else. In my opinion, I feel like KCP could damn near go to the.
Oh no, he's on the contract. He's on the contract for next year, but next year is his last season.
Oh, okay.
Things can, it's just you never know, man. Trades could happen. Anything could happen. It depends.
They're not trading KCP, man.
No. I'm not saying trade. I mean, for the right person, I'm sure they would. Depending.
Then again,
who it is.
Hey, who's trading with Denver right now?
I don't think anybody will, depending.
I mean, who knows? I mean, somebody might see Denver. I mean, we didn't think Bruce Brown was gonna get moved, and then the owner was talking about the GM was like, oh, we can get rid of Bruce Brown because Peyton Watson is like him, but bigger and better. So Denver can definitely say oh, KCP. Let's see if we have his replacement, and they can trade him.
I don't think so, man. I'm not gonna lie. Bruce was important, but KCP, I don't. KCP is probably more important to that team than MPJ. He's their actual perimeter defender that's going to guard guards and stuff. They don't have nobody.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Gordon gets dropped off when he tries to guard a guard.
Yeah.
They had that man on Anthony Edwards. He was getting dropped off.
Getting.
Man in the future, man.
Hey, listen, you better get your rings fast, Scooter, because that alien is coming.
I hope we're not talking about Wemby, bro.
Yeah, there's only one alien in the NBA.
Oh, Wemby is coming. Don't worry about that.
Listen, when they let him play let him play 30 minutes, I think he averaged 27, 15, and 7 and 5 blocks.
Let's put it in perspective, right? Skipping the minutes, right?
Shadow Wemby. Fast.
You said Shadow Wemby?
Is that conversation?
I mean, right now I'm taking Wemby. I'm not controlling him, though.
Bro, what is this?
Like I said, right now I'm taking Wemby.
This love affair with Chet got to stop. It does. I know. It does.
What's the bad that I think Chet could be a top 5 center in the league? Why is that so bad?
No, that's not. That's not bad. Wemby is going to be top 5 player in 3 years. He's going to be the best.
Crazy.
He's going to be the best defensive player in the league next year, and he's going to be average. He's probably going to average around 25 points. So being the best defensive player of the year and 25 points with a 3, bro, he's gonna be. He'll probably be knocking on the top 10 door next year.
The crazy thing is, with Wemby, the only problem really is that the Spurs literally just have nobody on that team that can get him the ball where he needs to get it at. It's kind of this is weird, but
they have plenty of people to do that though now. The Hawks have the number 1 overall pick. They can literally go. It would be weird, but they can literally go and get DeJounte Murray back. They get Trae Young. They get D'Lo.
Yeah, I was about to say if they do a pick swap to where it's
getting DeJounte Murray back is crazy.
But I'm saying,
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
like,
DeJounte now would be so much better for them, for sure.
shit, Darius, you can go get Darius Garland. He's
Like,
gonna
like
be
yeah.
he's gonna be available because the Cavs want to sign Donovan Mitchell, and Garland said, you know, if y'all his management or whoever said, basically, you sign him back, I want to be traded.
Yeah, you pick who you want.
And Wemby literally helps Darius Garland's biggest weakness in defense and size. And Darius Garland is a very capable playmaker.
And myself, yeah, Garland gonna throw that lob. He gonna give him them entry passes. The same thing he was giving to Evan.
And he's still young, so you can kind of bring him. You can kind of still bring him up to the Spurs system as opposed to like Trae Young, who's kind of who he is. I don't know if he would fit at that point, but like they got so many options to go get a guard to help Wemby.
Get our rings fast, man.
Hey, boy, get your rings fast, bro.
Yeah.
Before you know it, your boys will be 32. They 27 now.
Listen, it's up.
But
for the league, man. This is a dynasty you seeing.
You're not winning 3 in a row. You win 3 in a row.
3 in a row. It's 3 in a row. 3 in a row is happening.
You win 3 in a row, I'll buy you a jersey.
Say no more. I'm gonna hold you to it. 3 in a row is happening. I'm sorry.
Hold me to it.
And we're now experienced with the finals, and we know what it's like.
Oh no, that matters. No, 100%. That 100% matters. I agree.
We're gonna have. I think Al coming back, but you know.
I just think there's past. So, like for instance, okay, one. I think the Bucks can make some moves to make this interesting. All the Bucks need is defenders. Like if the Bucks can get Alex Caruso from the Bulls and sign a perimeter defender and be healthy. If the Sixers can sign Paul George, replace Tobias Harris with Paul George, I mean, listen, they're paths because they still got the size.
Yep.
He said, "Yep."
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I'm not. It's not too much I'm gonna argue with.
All right.
What I'm gonna say is
2024 NBA champions, Boston Celtics.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brown and JT, that's a duo. That's we're gonna see what that's like. Cause not too many these type of duos actually go and win a chip.
No, I think the last duos to win, I guess what Brian and Wade was the last wings. Well, I guess the last last wing players to win it.
Yeah.
So
we gotta. This gonna be a big thing, man. Especially because we still got Drew, and that's a big piece.
Yeah. Is he gonna be as good as he was this year?
I mean, but we don't. But the thing is that we don't require much out of Drew.
You're right, but he made a difference in the finals. Him being a threat at all points.
But that game he played, how he played, don't really require too much, like you know what I mean, like craziness. Especially because at the end of the day, you're worried about Tatum and Brown on the wing, and if Porzingis being healthy, it's a different ball game right now. Like it's a different ball. So I just feel like, for instance, as long as we keep those key pieces, building around it won't be difficult. Building around KP, JT, JB, Drew, or even if Drew leave, I feel like Derek White could definitely fill in that spot.
I mean, everybody signed for 2 or 3 more years, right?
Yeah,
at least. So yeah, I mean,
I believe so.
Only person that don't got their money is Jason Tatum, and he's going to get the biggest contract ever. So I mean, yeah, this team will be together for the next 2 or 3 years.
For the foreseeable future.
It's hard, and like y'all as a team, you guys are great. But so far, right now, it doesn't look like. I'm not even gonna say it because it doesn't matter. You're not gonna like it. No, actually,
I feel better about these takes because my team was doubted to win it all, and I was, what I'm saying, I stuck with it, and I
was wrong. Well, you had no choice but to stick with it. They're your team. Like, what are you talking about? You're not gonna switch up on them. I stuck with the Lakers. The Lakers won Game 5. I was convinced we were winning in 7.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you had no choice. But I don't know. I think without you guys having one of those historic pantheon guys, and maybe you think Tatum is that. I don't know. I don't right now.
I do.
That could change, maybe.
I always feel like a finals changes every player, bro.
Oh yeah,
You're right. That's fine. I just think the finishing is the biggest thing that's holding him back. He's improved, but it's still like at 6'10" and athletic, you should be elite as a finisher. And I feel like when I have one of those top tier guys, it makes it even harder. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, I feel like we just go, man.
I do. You remember what you said to me though?
The pressure of winning a finals is now, it's not looming, but I also feel like the experience of playing on the biggest stage and winning is going to make meshing together and knowing what it takes to win a finals and to get there, what it looks like. And us getting our identity as a team, that's a big deal. And a lot of teams are going to have to deal with that. Knowing like we're going against all around.
Next season.
oh shoot.
Next season, you guys are gonna be. I don't know, did he die? His phone died for him. Hello.
Ah yeah, it was cutting out for a second.
It was cutting out.
What were you saying?
I think it's good now though.
I was just saying, yeah, you guys like agreeing to your point. Yeah, y'all gonna be dominant next year. Like every time a team wins a championship, they come out the regular season like crazy. Last couple champs we've seen, the Bucks came out crazy, Nuggets came out crazy. Like you'll probably win 60 games.
Yeah,
actually, it'll probably be 60 games.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe so.
And
I feel like we might. I feel like some.
be one of those like
we might get some good vets, man. We might get some. We might, man. We might make some trades happen. We might get some good vets, man.
Who are you trading?
We can, bro. Some people telling that bitch. I'm interested. I want to see Jordan Walsh. I want to see Jordan Walsh so bad, bro.
Who was that?
Yeah, come on now.
Arkansas.
Oh, I didn't watch nothing about college.
Oh, what happened?
Oh wow, I think it cut.
Nah, he left.
But
yeah, I'm excited to see Jordan Walsh.
Yeah, definitely him and JD are definitely gonna be like, they're gonna have roles like pretty much depending on like whoever like y'all keep, their roles are gonna get bigger as time goes on. So.
Yeah.
Especially Walsh, though. I feel like Walsh is definitely like he's a guy that could come off the bench with Hauser.
Plays like a Celtic, bro.
Yeah.
Plays like a Celtic, bro.
All right, so that ends it up for this episode. I'm not gonna lie, for the first one back, we gave y'all a pretty long one. Pause. Hold on. Hey yo, hold on. It's a pretty long episode. Came back with a bang. The next episode, honestly, since we kind of talked about it somewhat vaguely, I think in the next one we might do like a little free agency thing. Like maybe we'll look at every team, see what teams need to add, see who's available, see who they could add potentially. That could be a pretty good idea. Drafts coming up as well. I believe the draft is 2 weeks from now, maybe next week. I think it might be next week. I think it's like the 26th or whatever. So 25th, 26th, something like that. But as always, on the socials, follow us on Twitter at Going For 3 Podcast. I got to tweet a lot more on there though, because I mean, that page kind of died, and the Instagram as well. We had a couple good high rated reels over there. So I mean, hopefully we get some more reels out on Instagram. You can follow me at PTP_99 for Twitter, and I now have a new Instagram, a new content Instagram. I think it's PTP3_25. Make sure you follow me on that as well. Smithy, where can the fans find you at?
Hey, you can follow me on everything at Smithy the Boy. SMIFFYDABOY, all up in your bride. I'm fucking with you, but y'all can follow me on. That's my handle on all social media, including Twitch. Y'all can pop up on us there, man. Yeah, man. My album dropping soon. Mixtape, EP, whatever. Y'all know y'all gonna be. It's gonna drop probably when y'all kids have kids. I fuck with y'all, but yeah. Smithy the Boy, man. SMIFFYDABOY. You can on anything, man. So Be prepared, and you know what I'm saying, Stephen A. Smithy the boy. And I'm here for the hot takes. I'm here.
If it hot takes. We lost Chris, but you can follow him on all his socials, Instagram and Twitter at Christy Collins.
AOB.
Yeah, the advocator of buckets. But yeah, you can follow him on those platforms as well. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening. We're back. That's all you guys need to really know. It's like an NBA meme where like he put "I'm back" on the graphic. I forgot who the player was, and it's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, it's like one of the moments, you know.
Jordan. I think Jordan did the.
The Jordan when he came back from the baseball break. Uh-huh. Yeah, but I say just slap the. I might just put the "I'm back" picture for when I tweet the shit out.
Yeah, that's fire.
Just put "I'm back" for the picture. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace out.
Peace.